Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
We here at Jewellery Maker love to hear your feedback. So working in conjunction with FIFO, a global ratings and reviews provider, when you purchase a product from JM, you will receive an email asking you to rate our service and our products. This helps us to bring you excellent customer service and ensure we're bringing you value for money and high quality goods. Have your say with Jewellery Maker FIFO reviews.
Did you know that when you book a Jewellery Maker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
And silence falls across Studio One. If you could have seen the mania that happens in those 3 minutes, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to see. Good evening. Yes, Zena very, very correctly spotted. I am not Ruth Lynette. I am a rather smaller, more masculine version of Derek Marks. It's lovely to have your company. So I'm standing in for whoever was standing in for whoever's standing in for. See, I told you, I'm the one at the end of the list. I got the call. So here I am. You and I on the Late Show tonight. Keepsake jewellery, which is wonderful. I mean, there is nothing more heartfelt, is there, than either something you remember from a generation gone by or something you create right now for the future generations that is real, that is tangible, that is not a digital photo, that is not something that can disappear into the ether of the internet and all of that kind of thing. I always do think, actually, good evening, by the way, I always do think that actually for people who are around now, teenagers who are around now, you know, like I can look back to my teenage years and I can say I've got bracelets and I've got just silly bits and pieces in a big memory box. Things like love letters that people don't write these days and things like that. I never got any of those. But real things. I've got like an old Sony Walkman, which is a memory from my teenage years. Other portable cassette devices were available. Probably still are, actually. I'll probably get a fortune for it now. I've got original little, you know, games, handheld games that you put real batteries into and those kind of things. And I think teenagers now, because they live in this digital world with a gadget in their hand, once that gadget's not in their hand in 40, 50 years' time, what will be in their keepsake shed? What will be the thing that really roots them to themselves? Anyway, listen, we're about to solve that tonight completely and utterly by creating this really, really brand new, meaningful keepsake jewellery. So that's what we're all about tonight. We are here with our own business guru, our own Lady Sugar, shall we call her? It's Angela Edwards, everyone. Here she is.
Hello.
Lady Sugar.
I like that very much.
There you go. Well, it was Mary Portas last time, so I thought we'll elevate you to the lords and ladies this time.
Thank you. I like that.
How are you, my darling?
I'm very good, thank you.
Good, good, good. Now, not only are we going to get some fantastic advice from you, some amazing demos, but one of our lucky viewers is going to be even luckier tonight, aren't they? Tell them why.
Yes. Well, they're going to receive a copy of my latest book.
Show. There it is. There it is. There it is.
And this book is going to give you all the help, all the tips, all the hints that you need to build your keepsake business.
Fabulous. So if you are buying either of the kits tonight, randomly we will send a copy of Angela's book to you, which will be amazing. We've got loads to do tonight, loads to do, and of course some brand news. We're having a little segue of Tiger's Eye at 6:30. Let me show you first of all these huge squares. which we all love, we all adore. They only arrived into the business today, and we had to, Phil and I had to, well, we had to twist some arms, didn't we, Phil, to get these scheduled for today in time, but we've done it. Not just these, but we also have a little segue. We've got these beautiful babies here as well in Tiger's Eye, and as if that weren't enough, one of our favourite shapes of the moment, it's the calla lilies in Tiger's Eye, which I don't think I've ever seen before. They are coming up for you in a little segue in half an hour, so make sure you don't go far. There's nothing on the telly anyway that can't be taped or kept or watched at some other time. It's time to crack on for some keepsake jewellery, which is wonderful because it's dear to the heart. Are we ready? Let's get started with box number 10, some sterling silver spacers. Now, are these closed, Phil? Because I saw a little comment on Facebook earlier, because I always have a little scan through our Facebook comments and see what's going on the JM Facebook page, and someone was asking for, in effect, what we have here. They're actually asking for closed jump rings, but I guess this is pretty close to the mark, isn't it? Pretty close to the mark. OMG, the Tiger's Eye is amazing, says Tink. Oh, they're going to go so quickly. They will go so quickly. I'm going to remind me between everything that I show you between now and 6:30, just for us to have a little drool over them, because they are spectacular. So let's start with some beautiful spacers. Now these are solid all the way around. Which is great. A lot of people have been asking for something like it. We do various versions actually. These are nice because they're a little shorter than some of the ones that I've seen. So I think they're going to give great structure because they're quite angular, and I don't mean East angular. They're quite angular. They're quite squared on their flat edge, but they're nice and round. A little bit like one of those famous donuts. You know, the ones with the soft, squidgy centres that Leah can't give away today. She's walking around the building with a big box of them. She can't give them away. Oh, they are nice, aren't they? Other donuts are available, like the ones at the fun fair. They're not as good though, are they? They're wetter. It's not always the case that the wetter the better. Right, are you ready? Especially when it comes to donuts. Here we go then. We're off on the roller coaster of JM Late Show. £7.95. Now remember, you are getting 15 of those. Usually what happens when we get a pack like this is usually it might be only 10. This is brilliant that it's 15 to go around, which is fantastic. And that is now let me try and remember. I still can never get this odd and even thing into my head. I think it's an odd number. Is that right? 15? Is that an odd number? Angela, confirmed? 15. Odd
15,
number.
Odd.
Odd
Yeah,
number.
odd.
Thank you very much. I get a little bit. I do get a little bit confused with odd and even. This is like coming back to school for me, but this is like I pay attention this time around. It's great. It's brilliant. So a nice even number, and even numbers are good for jewellery, aren't they, Angela?
Oh yeah, creates balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Balance, calm, and the world at one. £7, or at 6 if you like. £7.95. And these are beauts. They're really nice actually. Love the shape of them, love the size, love the dimension. I think actually, you know, if you're working with some nice gemstone rounds, maybe something like some gorgeous pearls, or maybe something like some rose quartz, or if you're making your stretches and you want to step them up a gear and actually add some sterling silver to them, imagine being able to say in your merchandising, these are sterling silver gemstone bracelets, not just gemstone bracelets, but sterling silver gemstone bracelets. That really sounds fantastic, doesn't it? And actually, you know what, it feels better, doesn't it, to have that addition of sterling silver. It feels more luxurious anyway when you're making it. I think your sense of pride goes up a gear, doesn't it, when you're making, Angela?
Oh yeah, and you know, I've got something very similar in my bracelet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very similar.
Look. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's with, is that jadeite?
Jadeite, yeah.
Beautiful.
And they just add that little touch of luxury, just elevates your jewellery to another level. And as you say, you know, it commands that that status, and therefore can enhance the price that you charge for it.
Absolutely, it's beautiful. And Angela's here to give you lots of advice like that. If you are thinking of turning your hobby and your love into a business, if you've got any questions whatsoever, if you're taking your first footsteps to your first million, then by all means, get your questions into Angela. And also, I want to hear about your keepsakes as well. I really do. Good evening, Derek, Angela and Fab Crew, who I will introduce you to in just a second. I know it's going to be a great evening. Bring on the fun and deals. And bring on you, Liz in Kent. Bless you, thank you for that. Yes, behind the scenes today, down on the floor like Dobie Gray was, we've got Sam, who is over there. There she is. Give us a wave, Sam. We don't usually see you, Sam, do we? We're usually looking for you around. She's around the place somewhere. There she is, looking after me. I've got Leah and the Donuts behind camera too, although she's only had one all weekend. Or was it one a day? Oh, 3 over the weekend, 1 a day. She's very, very disciplined. When I open a box of those, it's the whole lot or nothing, really. Once you've started, that's it. In the TARDIS box up there, I'm pointing up there because that's where it is. Right the way. See, I'm right the way down here in the tunnel, and there's Phil on the left, who's looking totally tropical as always, and Mike, who is on the right with his master controller there. Everywhere he touches, something happens, whether it be lights, sound, vision. Oh, he's got the power. He's got the power. Right. Okay, time to move on. Oh, now did I just put those down there? That was a good idea, wasn't it, Derek? Good. Marvellous. Oh, hang on. I've got to show you what's coming up at 6:30. A little segue of Tiger's Eye, brand new strands. OMG. Delish. Look at these. Calla lilies in Tiger's Eye, which is just amazing. I've never seen them before. They're like little cornucopia shells as well. I love them. Beautiful. They are all coming up in a little bit of a segue, brand new, and they'll be on and gone. We've got good quantities, but Phil and I are really not confident that those quantities will last the course. So they'll be gone at 6:30. So next up, with number 17, I remember. 17. Oh, fabulous. Beautiful pliers we all need. This is when you're upgrading from either your introductory set or your travel set and you want to go up to the next level. We have got some, these are the tweezer nose pliers, aren't they? And you know what it's like when you're working with wire, and I've seen this a lot actually, when you're working with wire and you're trying to knit the pieces through, you're trying to get a 0.25 out of a whole scrunch of 0.4 and different gauges. This is what you need. Lowest price ever. Lowest price ever. Now this is a late show, I'm loving it. Now I'm covering for someone who's covering for someone, which is brilliant, so we get to break all the rules tonight. Usually I'm just covering for someone, but tonight I'm covering for someone who's covering for someone. That's even better. That means we can break all the rules tonight. Phil's definitely up for that. £14.95, and they are last chance. They are your Zurons as well. Last chance, we only have 20. I know. Yes, you'll have to be very, very quick because there are only 20 at the lowest price. Shall I get them out? Should we get them out and have a little doobry what's it? Have a little play. Do you know the great thing about the Zurons is the fact that the actual handle of the tool goes right the way down into the metal work of the tool goes right the way down to the ends of the handles, which is fantastic. And also, it's minimum output, no, it's minimum input for maximum output, by which you don't need to use a lot of force or a lot of effort, you know, even if you're working with them again and again and again. And look at how fine the point is on them as well. These are tweezer nose, so it's literally, ooh, now that's brilliant, isn't it? Now that's going to get into the smallest of places and deal with the smallest of things. You know, if you lose a little bit of wildfire in the middle of your seed beading and you just need to rescue it, you just need to get it out. It's always that tiny thing. This will have 1,001 uses around the house as well, won't it? Yeah,
around the house, but I was thinking particularly if you're doing chainmail.
Yes.
And some chainmail links, you really need to sort of be, you know, some of the broader pliers, the flat nose pliers, just isn't fine enough just to get in between those links to hook onto it. Perfect for that.
Yeah. Perfect. They're fantastic. And again, they are strong enough to return themselves, but you know, even if you're holding those closed, it doesn't feel like an effort at all. No, spring back. I also love the fact that, you know, it's a great colour. If you've got like our starter
toolkit,
Yeah.
and they're pink, and
Yeah.
you've got a few of those, and that in your tool bag, you're going to find it really easily. Not like me searching through and nipping yourself. You're going to find them quickly.
And it might be that you're completing your collection of your Zurons, you're upgrading your flush cutters, your chain nose piles. We've got veil makers possibly coming up a little bit later on as well. It's just about kind of upgrading and going to the next level and having the right tools for the job. Of course, the starter tools that you'll use, they're generally smaller, which is great because they're going to get you started, they're going to get you going. But once you have got that confidence and you start working on bigger projects, you know what, do upgrade your tools as well, because good tools will look after you. Lowest ever price on those as well, which is brilliant, at $14.95. I think the regular price on those is $18, is it $95? I think it was certainly higher, wasn't it? I remember looking earlier. Brilliant. Right, got to show you these again. Got to show you these. Got to show you these, because this is this hour wrapped up in 3 strands. Let me tell you, this is what everyone's saving themselves up for. Brand new strands coming up in about 15 minutes time. You've got the big tiger's eye squares, you've got those wonderful, wonderful drops, and you've also got those gorgeous calla lilies. Okay, oh, it's chain, is it? Oh, do you know what? I thought it was lots of little spaces. I was terrified to pour it out. It's actually one big chain. When it was in a little pot, I'll just show you, when it was in a little pot, like so, I thought, oh, it's lots and lots of little spacer beads or something. So I don't want to tip that out because they'll be everywhere. But it's actually one length of chain. A big length of chain as well, 30 inches. So a nice long length chain. Great for your keepsakes, because actually quite often when you have a keepsake, maybe you make your own locket design with something from, something that is treasured from someone who's maybe not with us now, whatever, you tend to wear it on a slightly longer chain. You tend to wear it, it's for you. It's not necessarily, keepsake jewellery isn't always for show. Sometimes it's just personal. Sometimes people will wear a wedding ring from their parents or whatever it might be, and they'll wear it close to their heart or a little bit longer line, because it's not for show, it's for them. Sterling silver, which is worth noting. And the gram weight here, 5.5 grams nearly. We're doing a lowest ever price on this one. $20.95 is a brilliant price tag, actually. It's quite a big gauge of Rolo chain. And the Rolo chains are great because you... No, this is the price. This is the price that we should do about 2 grams of silver for, not 5.4. Cash in. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Look, I'm pulling the arm of the one-arm bandit in Vegas. That's good, isn't it? $12.95. I'll be stocking up on those. The great thing about a Rolo chain, it's a bit like a belcher, it's like a mini belcher if you like, is that when you roll your fingers along it, the chain actually rolls with you. Which I love. It makes really, really tactile jewellery. And lots of people go long line for many different reasons, don't they?
Yeah. And they're great for unisex, for men and women as well.
Yeah, true.
And, sometimes men want a chain, but they don't want that very fancy cut.
Yeah.
So this is just perfect for that. But, yeah, I wear a couple of... I haven't got them on tonight, but I wear just a couple of, very personal rings on chain. And the rings are gold, but I wear them on silver because I love the combination of the two, and they're perfect for that.
Yeah. And it's, I think with something like that, if you do have a ring from someone that's passed and you want to wear it on a chain, I just think you wearing it on you means that you know where it is the whole time.
Yeah.
You're not going to have that anxiety of it gets lost, or we put it in the safe but it didn't come out of the safe, and etc. etc. I just think, you know what, it means too much, doesn't it, to just let it go. Oh Phil, if the show starts like this, I'll be broke by bedtime. What an amazing deal, says Liz. Keep them coming, Phil, keep them coming. Remember, it's not my show, so this is great. I'm caretaking this show for someone who was already covering for someone else. I think that's how tonight works. That's great.
Yeah, and if you use your featherweight head pins, your sterling silver featherweight head pins, you can then attach like birthstone gems or anything that's personal to you in them, because the featherweight head pins will actually go through that fine Rolo link too.
Yep. Or creating brand new keepsakes for the next generation. How about featherweight head pins and gorgeous pearls, and creating a lovely cascade or a waterfall design with that? That would be amazing. First kit coming up at 7 o'clock is a great keepsake kit. Really fantastic. Pearls mean so much to so many, don't they? And I just think they are particularly poignant for a day like today when we're talking about keepsake jewellery. £12.95. Well done, well done, well done. You know everyone's saving up their pocket money and their spends in this hour, Phil, don't you? For what's happening at 6:30. That's what's going on. Right. Okay. On the lead up to our Aventurine, to our Tiger's Eye segue, I have some Aventurine. Now, in the next hour, just to let you know, in this hour we are launching this strand, which is Tiger's Eye calla lilies. In the next hour, we're actually going to have the green Aventurine calla lilies. So if you want to match them up to the leaf, you can. But if you're thinking contrasting with the Tiger's Eye, I think, to be honest with you, as the words were coming out of my mouth, I thought, no, come on, Derek, you're speaking to the JM buyers here. They'll have both. And I don't blame you. I think I probably would as well. Probably have both. But just to let you know, these Aventurine leaves are so popular. Really popular. Again, I think for creating keepsake pieces, amazing, because you could have, you know, your birthstone clustered there at the bottom. You can create brooch designs. It's got wonderful curvature to it. It's carved. It feels already a piece of value, doesn't it? It's amazing. And look at the prices. I mean, really, this is the bit where you kind of think, hang on a minute. If that's my starting point for a keepsake piece of jewellery, £4.95, and you've got the essential element there. I know you can create many a design from that as well. Incorporate things that are important to that person, you know, or just fabulous designs that come from that. The other thing about these as well is that you can wire work very easily, creating a spine right the way through the centre of the leaf, and you can use the tracks of the carving to actually do more detailed wire work if you wanted to as well, which I think would be amazing in something like pearl coloured wire, or your antique bronze, or your champagne, whichever your preference is. Maybe offer your customers a few different alternatives. I think they'll love them. I think actually if you made, I can see the pieces, Angela, can you? And they would just sell like that.
Absolutely, because, you know, thinking about our theme tonight, keepsake, leaves are so symbolic for keepsake. It's, you know, very symbolic of turning over a new leaf, a new start, a fresh start, you know, a new era. So having that in your collection is perfect. And I love you should be a guest designer, Derek. Seriously, I love the idea that you mentioned of having your gemstones going down the vein. And for that, you can use your resin, your wire, your cerulean, you know, and incorporate it that way. That would be a perfect keepsake.
I love it. Listen, the only thing I'm going to say right now is I know I've had these in my schedule last week and then a couple of weeks back as well. We are now down to less than 100 of these, and they come in batches of like the 200, 300. We're looking at well under 100 available right now, and lots of people are multi-buying as well. So just to let you know, this might be one of the last times for the current stock that we see this. Now, I'm not panic selling at all, don't get me wrong, but I know in the last sort of month, 6 weeks, I know my shows are dotted here and there, but I've seen them a couple of times in my schedule, and I see that the quantity goes from high and healthy down to, not sure now, quite quickly with these kind of things. Remember, we had some flowers, 2 different types of flowers last week, I think it was, and this leaf again. And I now know that we're only looking about the last 60 spaces or so for these. So if you want them, I would say just while it's in your mind right now, and if you want to get a few together, because I might have a multi-buyer who comes in and says, you know what, I'll have 30 of those. It might have, I don't know. So use this opportunity while it's there now at £4.95, while it's fresh in your mind, while you can see the designs that you can make from it. Very simple. I mean, I can see the stem of that leaf being made of a lovely antique bronze, just sort of gathered together, a 1 mil, you know, wire wrapped would make the stem for that. For a brooch, then you just need a ribbon cord end and a brooch pin on the back of that, which would be completely disguised because you can't see through Aventurine. I just love it, seriously. It does make me want to be a JM designer for a second. Should we swap places for tonight?
So you would be fabulous.
I would just love it. It's just sometimes you can see, can't you? You can see the design that you would create.
Yeah.
And again, listen, I know you've got your own ideas at home as well. Size-wise, by the way, I'm just going to give this a little measure. Sorry, Mike. It's coming out, it's 3 inches in length. I want to do it in old money, if that's all right. It's about 3 by 1.5 inches. So as a brooch centerpiece, I mean, look, you don't really have to do a lot to it to make it really substantial. I mean, obviously you wouldn't have it on a shirt like that. You'd have it on a, you know, a nice big jacket or something like that, or even on a hat. It could go onto a hat, no problem at all. I think it would be amazing.
Great for the bags as well.
Yes.
Bag charms too.
It would.
And key rings. And also, you know, if you love your tree of lives and your, you know, sort of miniature trees as well, that would be a great focal point within that.
I just love them. I just love them. Listen, please, please, please do me a favour, because I'm always, I promise you, almost every other day, certainly every time I'm coming in for a show, I'll always go to the Facebook page for Jewellery Maker. If you do make something with those leaves and you're inspired by any of our ideas, or you just make your own fabulous idea, post it on our Facebook page, enter it into the Wall of Fame, so that I get to see it, because I'll comment as well, because I do love seeing the other end of the process too. It's fabulous. Lovely people. Coming up at 6:30, it's our brand new little tiger's eye segue. We've got these fantastic long drops, these big squares. We're going to have to leave these to the last, Phil, these big squares, aren't we? Because they are going to disappear. Are we doing those first? They are coming up first in just over 5 minutes. And we've got the calla lilies in tiger's eye as well, which is just incredible. Right, we were talking about the Aventurine calla lilies. We're doing them now. Good work, Phil. Good work. How many left? Oh, I'm so sorry, there are only 10 available. They'll go so quickly. So it's a whole strand of your Aventurine calla lilies. They're just beautiful. I love calla lilies. They are delicious. I've seen this strand a couple of times as well, but this will be the last time we see it. And again, if you've got the leaf, just the match up to the leaf, just beautiful. In fact, slightly different tones, which is even better actually, because you really see them. There are only 10 available. I'm so sorry. Be quick, be quick, be quick. £8.95, it's an on and gone. It's an on and gone, I'm afraid. It's one of those. Quick, 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 quick. Grab them, put them in the basket. Look, if I just show you that one just as it is standing up, even with the strand coming out, I mean, you can see how you can position your wirework beads out of that to create the stamen. Just beautiful. And that could be little red carnelian beads that you put in there. It doesn't have to follow any kind of convention. It could be little micro pearls, whatever you want to. That's the great thing about creating your own jewellery. You can do what you want to, exactly whatever your heart desires. £8.95, they will be gone in seconds. How many left now, Phil? Okay, we've got single figures. I think people are thinking they're going to miss out and haven't gone for it. You can still do it. Do not hang around. Just be quick, just be quick, just be quick. Right. How are you, everyone? I can't believe it's nearly 6:30 already, can you? Monday tea time doesn't feel like a Monday at all. It's brilliant. I love it. We've got a fantastic kit coming up at 7 o'clock, which you're going to love, called Simply Charming. Simply Charming. That's all we need to know, isn't it? That's all we need to know. Oh, 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 be still my beating heart. This would be great, actually, for adding a little keepsake to. If you wanted a little secret keepsake, I'm going to flip this around to the back for a second. Look, can you see there is space there? There's a little photo frame there, potentially, isn't there? There is room for you to expand and create something rather special and very, very personal from that pendant. And as for the gemstone, well, you know what? This talks for itself, doesn't it, really? It doesn't need no introduction. I love the granulation work in the silver, don't you? It's very detailed. And of course, if you wanted to make that bigger, you wanted to set it onto a base of silver clay and extend, or maybe set that beautiful granulated edging into a resin design, potentially, Angela?
Yeah, absolutely. Or use your wire, your sterling silver wire. You can either keep the loop on or cut the loop off and use it almost as a cabochon, and and incorporate that in your design. But I would just love 3 of those, 2 in the pair of earrings and 1 in the pendant.
Do you know where it's going to sit absolutely perfectly? You know that 30-inch Rolo chain that we had? Let me put the two together there. What do you think? Yeah. Would be perfect, wouldn't it? In fact, why don't you just thread it on, Derek, and see? Why don't you just thread it on, Derek, and see? Here's Mandy. Hello, Mandy. Lovely. She says, good evening, Derek, Angela, and the Fab crew. I have this pendant. It's so beautiful. Defo. Oh, it doesn't go through the doodah.
You'd need a jump ring.
You just need to jump ring it through the doodah, but I can take a length of the chain through there so we can get a little bit of an idea of how it might look. Da, 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 da. Yeah, there you go. Well, you know, 15 inches doubled, isn't it? No one ever complained about that. Could actually make a bracelet, couldn't it?
Yeah. You could
Very
even, because you've got that wide expanse of silver on the back, you could embellish that with your letter stamping.
Yes.
You could stamp hearts or, you know, put a love heart in it or something like that. Or
I could have made a bail with my bail making pliers, couldn't I? Could have done that. Could have done that. Oh, sorry, we're still doing this, aren't we? £9.95. I was going to put it away then. All excited. £9.95. There's a lot of silver in there, actually. 7 carats in your Labradorite, plus how much sliver? Let's see. 3.2 grams of sterling sliver. Lovely. Very, very nice. What are we doing? Well. No. Already? Are you ready? Are you steady? Oh, this is that moment. It's time for our little segue of Tiger's Eye, and it's all one big one of these. OMG. OMG. The moment has arrived. Right, it's time for the Tiger's Eye segue. Everyone watching this right now, just be glad you were in the right place at the right time, because this is one of the biggest showcases of new strands that I have ever had the pleasure of bringing to you. Oh, now I do believe our lovely Ruth, who is meant to be here tonight, gorgeous Ruth, she's lost her voice. She's lost her voice now. Bless you. I wish you well, darling, if you're watching. Bless her. She's missing out on this. She may be shopping for this, now she's missing out. She might be sitting at home without a voice. And thinking, oh, actually, not such a bad thing that I've lost my voice, because I can get my hands on some scrummy Tiger's Eye. Brand new today, brand new. We have less than 150 to go around. And that will not last through until the end of the late show. So I'm afraid if you're watching this on a YouTube repeat or you're watching on the morning show, I doubt that this will be available. I'm just putting it out there because it would be, I can't remember what time it would be in the morning. But whatever time it is in the morning, if you're watching the wee small hours, I don't think this is going to be around. Looking at my screen full of people that is just filling up. Filling up, like, you know, when you turn your water butt tap on and you fill up your watering can, that's what's happening to my screen right now. It's just filling up with names, just filling up with names, and the price tag is ridiculous. Can I just tell you, I think the price tag for the whole strand, and the whole strand is many pieces, by the way. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 for £12.95. I don't see any reason why that shouldn't be the price elsewhere for maybe 1 or 2 pieces like this elsewhere in the big wide world. This is why JM is our world. That's why we say all the time in our breaks, welcome to our world, because this is a completely different world, isn't it? To be able to buy these gemstones at 81 pence each, ridiculous. Which retailer in the world would do that other than JM? Tell me that. It's ridiculous. This is where you wish you were at home now, Angela, isn't it?
Definitely. Do you know, when Phil showed me those in the office, you know, they were still in its packet.
Yeah.
And I looked and I thought, wow, those are nice, because you could see the shiller coming through. But seeing them here now, they are magnificent.
They are gorgeous. They are seriously, seriously beautiful. I love them. There are so many with you. I mean, I've got 16 on my strand here for you to work with, and it's top quality Tiger's Eye as well. It's a stone I love. This little segue is going to be so popular. I think at least a third of that number that we had, by the way, have been accounted for already. So we are approaching double figures, I think, looking at what we've got so far. everyone's checking out straight away, so well done. I don't need to nag about that. I'm sure I don't need to nag about that when it's such an amazing strand. You've just got to have it, haven't you? One single stone from this returns that strand price, doesn't it? The first time you use just one stone, and that might just be a simple wire drop with a bead on the end. Do you know what? I mean, really, really simple on a very, very simple torque necklace, a lovely choker torque, and just one single strand of, you know, good substantial wire, you know, with a bead underneath just to hold it in place, and then that would be amazing. And use a tiger's eye bead for that as well. Keep it in the family, so to speak, or make it a little Labradorite round maybe underneath it, because usually Labradorite is the star attraction, is the Shirley Bassett central stage. But maybe make it a complement, maybe make it a backing singer to a tiger's eye piece, because people love tiger's eye. People are visually drawn to tiger's eye. And I'll tell you why, my own theory as to why that is because for me personally, whenever I see tiger's eye, it reminds me, and it's funny it comes up on Keepsake Day actually, but it reminds me of my old nan. Now, I lost my nan when I was 15 years of age, so it was a long, long time ago, but I can always remember dark wood polished furniture in her front room, and she would have everything spotless. Whenever anyone arrived, there would be the polished surfaces, the little doily type things on top, and then the knickknacks and the ornaments on top of that, and I can see it now, and tiger's eye puts all of that back in my mind again. So I think for a keepsake, it's actually got a little tingle down my spine there where I said that. $12.95. That's amazing. I love it. For me, it is that similarity to highly polished vintage wood. Do you know what I mean? Old wooden furniture, old record players, old sideboards and bureaus or tables or chairs or coffee tables. But a lot of people don't have coffee tables, do they, in the sense that we used to have them. You know, a nice big, somewhere to show off the potpourri in the middle of the room, somewhere it used to have its own rug, didn't it, the coffee table? It's all about looking back with a sense of joy and I think real affection as well. Real affection. I love it. I just think this is beautiful, seriously. And I'm not saying all of this to sell this strand. I'm just speaking, as I always do, just speaking straight from my own heart. It's the associations that are in my head whenever I see tiger's eye, and that's why I just love it. I love this stone. I seriously love this stone.
I mean, it reminds me of honeycomb, of toffee, of treacle, all those good things that I love to eat.
Yum, yum, yum.
It's just beautiful. It's just so eye-catching. Like you, I really like tiger's eye. I love wearing it with my linens, dressing it up with some black spinel for a glamorous evening. It's just beautiful.
Lovely Anne in John O'Groats. Hello, my darling. Well done. Congratulations. You've got yours. She says, yippee! Yeah, I'd be just the same. I have to admit, I'd be just the same. This is beautiful. I mean, it really is stunning material. You're getting a lot of it to work with as well. How many have we got? Right, okay. Well over a third, heading to half of the entire total has gone already. And remember, this will be recapped throughout the evening. So by the time I think we get to the end of the late show tonight, I think that's it. That's it. We're going to keep coming back to this again and again and again and again, because I think this has to be a tonight opportunity. We've still got two other strands to show you, remember, that are brand new in tiger's eye. We've got these lovely long drops, and we also have, and I've never seen this, I have never seen this in tiger's eye. We've got calla lilies in tiger's eye, a nice big strand, just like we saw in the green Aventurine. Lovely to have it in a really earthy tone. We're going to keep coming back to those again and again and again. Just because I'm moving on, just carry on popping those into your basket, checking them out, get them while you can is what I will say to you tonight. It's one of those opportunities. We'll do the long drops now. And again, I can just see the earrings now. It's very simple. It's very simple, but these are the denouement, if you like. These are that love. I don't know what that means either. These are that weighty drop, without being onerous, without dragging your ears down, but they are, again, look at their chatoyancy. Look, you just move them around in the light, and that lovely light, look at that. That's why it puts me in mind of a lovely polished wood surface. Okay, we're not staying at $13.95. We want you to have all of these in our little segue of tiger's eye. They only came in today. We had to twist some arms to get them into our schedule. In fact, actually, I was really, really cheeky when I was, Scott, our sales manager, who you know very, very well, was showing us these, and I just made a sort of cheeky suggestion. Well, you know, they should be in tonight, and somehow, well, it was kind of a two-pincered approach, really. Phil went in from one side, I went in from the other, and we wore him down in the end. And we got what we wanted, didn't we, Phil? Everybody got what they wanted. $8.95. That's amazing, isn't it? That's really good. And the massive carat weight you've got here, 250 carats. Let me give the strand a little count for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of those brilliant long drops. It's certainly not an unlucky number, especially at that price. That $13.95, that was about £1 a stone, wasn't it? And now Phil has dropped that to, oh, I don't know what, 66, well, perfect. Less than 70 pence each. That's amazing, isn't it? Really, really good price tag. Guys, like you planned it, Phil. $8.95. And again, how many of these have we got, Phil? Is it the same number? Okay, we started with 150. I can see the first third of those are allocated already. You know, they are absolutely flying out of the door. Well done, Roslyn and Mandy and Florence and Alberta. We've got Anita and Deborah and Marcelina. What a lovely name. Pam in Hampshire, Glynis in London, Christine in Staffordshire, Collector in the Vale at Glamorgan, Suzanne in Hampshire. Hello, Suzanne. Nice to see you there. Carol in the West Midlands, Tracy in Norfolk, Elizabeth in Glamorgan, June in Glamorgan as well. We've got collectors in the West Midlands, North Yorkshire, Cork, Gloucestershire, Merseyside, Steve in Lincolnshire, Wee Lassie in Middlesex, Lorna. You're all there. Congratulations. All I can say is well done you. Have you got somebody buying for you tonight, Angela? You're going to have to, aren't you?
I wish I should phone my son up. And,
yeah.
you know.
Quick, get them for me.
Oh, they are stunning there.
They are.
They are absolutely gorgeous.
They're a brilliant size as well. I think sometimes with Tiger's Eye, you get different things from different sizes. I think sometimes though on beaded strands, the beads can be a tiny bit too small. I think for me, in Tiger's Eye, it needs to be either an 8mm round plus, or it needs to be a nice big chunky piece to work with like this. I think it's fabulous because it doesn't need anything else. It doesn't need anything else. It just needs an exact opposite, really, just to make it stand out. So go for your, you know, sterling silver wire or your pearl-coloured wire to make your pieces. I can see fabulous necklaces. I can see amazing earrings. Use a length of chain and create these as the drop for your earrings. And you know what? They'll give you a good weight, a good swing. They'll have that swing thing going on. Look at that. Such high quality material as well. I mean, it really is. I'll just take you through a few of them. Look, they're all really glossy, really shiny, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous pieces. And how we're doing these for $8.95, I'll never know. I hope Scott's gone home, Phil. I really hope. I mean, I'm banking on the fact that it has gone 29 minutes past 5, and it has gone home. I just hope so, because this was not meant to be $8.95 at all, as I'm sure you appreciate with the quality of the material. Again, so many people coming in tonight, and please do take these away right now, because two things to note. One, we're going to be recapping all of these Tiger's Eye pieces throughout the late show tonight. There is a repeat of the late show in the morning, so good morning if you're watching that right now. So there'll be another, if there's any left, the rest of those will be gone. So by the time the morning show starts, when the late show is shown again in the morning, by the time that leads to the morning show tomorrow morning, I don't think any of that quantity will be available. I really don't. I really don't think any will be available at all. And again, remember, just a 1 or 2 minute airing in a morning show when we have Freeview live with us as well. So 150 is to a Freeview audience is like chicken feed. It's like a quick little snack. That's chickens feeding, I think. I don't know. Either that or I've lost my marbles, one or the other. Well done, everyone. Linda, Lavinia, Hertrude, well done. Is that Avia in Buckinghamshire? Congratulations. Oh, I must get my eyes tested again. Lorraine, well done. Another Lorraine in Tyne and Weir, one in Kent, well done. Okay, one more. One more in our brand new Tiger's Eye showcase. These are just awesome. These are awesome. Look at these. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Really substantial carat weights here, nice sizes, through drilled, so they come out just where the stamen would, you know, on the calla lily itself. Gorgeous. Oh. These are brilliant. To what? No, 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 no. Okay, right. Phil says I'm just matching the price. I'm just matching the price to the drops. Okay, have we got the same number of these, Phil? Okay, £8.95 for no reason other than Phil says, well, you know, it just matches the last price very nicely. And look at these. And I've got, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thank you, Phil. 10. It does say on the graphics, you're quite right. Save me the bother. 10 of these. And look, if I just show you the back of one of these calla lilies, I mean, the quality of these is just awesome. I just adore them. Oh. It wouldn't take a lot either, would it, Angela? Sorry. I'm so in love with all of these tiger's eye pieces. I really am.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there, Derek. I'm with you. But, you know, for me, out of the three, I love all three strands, but for me, it would be this strand is my absolute favourite because you've got the versatility on that. You can use them as buttonhole pieces for men, bridal. You can use them in bridal bouquets. You can use them in all your trees of life and all your floral designs. For me, it's just got that extra little bit of versatility. And if you're thinking, if you know you're in the bridal, you make to sell to the bridal market, you know, and you're using gemstones and cuts like this, that's when they become heirlooms and keepsakes because the bride will always pass on her flowers. So for me, if you do bridal work, you've got to get those in.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, here's Mandy. She says, I've got to be honest, I'm not normally a fan of tiger's eye, but those three strands were such interesting shapes that I just got all of them. Absolutely. I mean, it has to be done, doesn't it? And actually, I think this will open a lot of people's eyes to this gemstone. Do you know what I was thinking as you were describing, you know, the different ideas for bridal there? I was just thinking how elaborate and how beautiful it would be. You know, if you've got a jacket that you just needs a new lease of life, something like that. Imagine converting the buttons to tiger's eye calla lilies. You know, almost like little toggle buttons.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, be great.
And you could add pearls to the inside there if you wanted to, or...
Yeah, I mean, the pearls in the kit, either, any of the colours would be beautiful.
Well, let's have a little try, shall we? Because we've got a strand of lavender pearls coming up a little bit later on in the kit, which is rather nice. Yes, perfect, that would work. We've got some white pearls in that kit as well, which again, scrummy. And we've got some peacock pearls as well, haven't we? Which again, slightly more muted, but they're going to just add to the display that tiger's eye puts on for you. I'm so pleased for you, genuinely. And again, it's the same quantity of those that we have available. And again, same message on those. I think all of those strands will definitely... I'd be very surprised if by the time Angela and I say goodnight at 10 o'clock or good morning at 2 minutes to 8 in the morning, whichever show you're watching, I think it's goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Don't know what that was about. No, 19. Black agate. Beautiful. Do you know, just size-wise and sparkle-wise, I can see straight away how popular these would be. The agates are just so versatile. I was watching a show. Now, what was I watching? You know, because we watch everything on catch-up these days, I was watching a BBC something or other programme, and it was about gold mining in an unusual place that you don't normally associate with gold mining. Anyway, so there were people down in these open cast mines mining for gold, but they were finding quite a lot of agate on the way. And just the different colour shades and just... I mean, the fact that agate occurs in the same kind of places that you find gold. I mean, that's spine-tingling, isn't it, really?
Wow, I didn't know that.
No, and I forget the country, to be honest with you, because I was only half paying attention. As always, I've got gadget in my hands, and I'm sort of half looking at that and half looking at that. And it was about, I honestly can't even remember who, it was a lady that I hadn't recognised before. I think it must have been a BBC 4 thing. So it was a lady that I hadn't recognised before, and she was taking a significant journey to Timbuktu, I think it was. That's where it was. She was on a journey to Timbuktu, and she went via somewhere in Mali, it might have been. Might have been Mali. and she was with some gold miners. And when I say gold miners, I mean they were artisanal gold miners. They were literally cutting a hole the size of a manhole cover out and digging down and down and down and then tunnelling every which way to get something like, I forget what it was, the price they got for their gold was something like $20 or $30 or pounds a gram or something ridiculous. Which to them, of course, is, you know, riches and fortunes. But they were bringing out some amazing gemstones aside that as well. Anyway, sorry, I wander off. I've drifted off in my own little world of what I was watching last night. Anyway, black agate. Great, lovely evening gemstone. It doesn't have to be for the evening either. And that can add a little bit of pizzazz during the day as well. Nice for bracelets too. Nice big chunky bracelet. Look at that. That would make a really lovely bracelet actually. Lots of sparkle. Oh, hello, $7.95. We're liking that price. We are liking that price indeed. Very nice indeed. This is Brazilian agate as well, just for your knowledge. I wonder if this comes from my favourite mining area in Brazil, Phil. Minas Gerais. Or, well, I have to say it like that because translated into English, it just means general mining area, which doesn't sound quite so interesting, does it? Yeah, it just conjures up, you know, just conjures up pictures of a rather grey, uninteresting place. General mining area. It's probably fabulous. What a name to give it, though. Although that is just the Brazilian name translated into English. So, what can I say? $7.95, well done. Let's move on. Well, why the heck not? What should we do it on? What should we do it on, Phil? Are they over there? Oh, yes. No, not those. Not that one. This one. This one is one of these. Alrighty, sorry, I was a little bit confused there because we threw away all the plans in the first hour when the new Tiger's Eye arrived, and that completely and utterly stole the thunder of everything else, didn't it? And I've got this cheeky little star by here on these natural metallic freshwater pearls, which are regular sizes, but what we would know in the trade as Baroque. Natural, gorgeous. I love irregular. Irregular is different. Irregular is like you and me. Nobody's perfect. Everyone's got their own character. Everyone's got their own beauty. And these pearls are fantastic, actually. Again, I must bring that book in that I've got, which is a book of jewellery making through the ages, where, you know, back in the day, a jewellery designer for the aristocracy, for royalty, for whoever, would start off with a Baroque pearl and then make the design from the shape of the Baroque pearl. What is that Baroque pearl telling me it wants to be? 10 chances. 10 chances. Now that's the final 10% of the original stock that we had. $69.95. I mean, what jumps out at you, Angela, straight away?
Oh my goodness. You know, again, this is one of those nights I wish I was at home watching, because I would be coming in for this, no problems. You know, to me, that just speaks ultimate luxury in pearls. And, you know, you only need to have one.
Yeah.
And you've got an outstanding, beautiful look. With pearls, sometimes people will question whether they're real or not. Yeah. But with irregular shapes like this, it's undeniable that they are genuine and they're real.
Absolutely, there's no doubt. And some of them are real, like sort of chunky, nuggety sizes. They're not as you imagine pearls to be. Some of them are flatter, with, you know, a huge, huge luster. Some are more like great big. Look, this one, for instance, great big, huge sort of nugget of a pearl, which is amazing to find. Actually, to be honest, for me, if I were a pearl farmer, which is, you know, what they're known as, they have pearl farms. They're just water, as in instead of fields, as we would know it in this country. I think I would find a greater wow factor in coming across something that was like this. that was distinctive, that did have its own character. You know, it's wonderful to have, you know, perfect and close to round and, you know, real authentic pearls. Always great to have, will always be loved. But actually, a real conversation piece. And I think for Keepsake, you want something that is individual. Now, if you made the same piece of jewellery with all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 on this strand, if you made the same piece of jewellery with every single one of them, every one would still be unique. Even if you followed the design to the letter, they would all still be unique. And that's the wonder of pearls. No two pearls are ever the same. And I think for a Keepsake, to say, you know what, you are 1 in a million to me, so this is not even 1 in a million. You know, the number must be huge, much bigger than a million. It's got to be, hasn't it? Because no two pearls are ever exactly the same. But that's a lovely message, isn't it? Look at this. This one almost looks a bit like a seashell, doesn't it? It's delicious. I love those colours.
Yeah, that's what really makes the strand for me. I love the shape, I love the irregularity of it, but it's that metallic sheen. It's just so beautiful. It reminds me a little bit of Ethiopian opal when I look at it, and you see all these beautiful colours jumping out. Yeah. It's stunning.
Well, you've got such on these because they are so big, because they've got such a big surface. You've got, it's like a huge artist's palette. So all of those colours get the chance to actually, you know, in a smaller round pearl, you'll see all of those colours, but in very, very small quantities around the pearl, which is great and fabulous. It's what we love pearls for. But when you've got such a big surface area, look, some of them are really gold, some of them are really green, some of them are really pink, some of them are really ivory. You know, and you're getting different essences. If I turn all of those pearls around, you get something completely different from the reverse side, which is just amazing. There is no right way and no wrong way either. I love this. Okay, it's time in this hour. I told you it will happen and happen and happen during this show. Our first recap of the Tiger's Eye squares in this hour. Just for anyone that's just come home to JM tonight, welcome. We're launching tonight for the first time these fantastic huge Tiger's Eye squares, 25 to so 2.5 centimetres square. They're quite chunky as well, they're quite puffy, which is great. And again, the quality of this material is just outstanding. And we've launched 150 strands tonight, which we launched at 6:30. Forgive us if you were there, but I know there's lots of people coming in all the time and catching up with what we're doing. $12.95, and they are available right now. And we started off with around about 150. We are down now to probably less than half of that, I'm thinking. Right, okay, we're definitely in double figures, so please make sure you're as quick as you possibly can on those, because I think by the time we end the late show tonight at 10 o'clock, I think we could well be seeing these as, well, a thing of the past for us, but a thing of the future for you, because they'll be on the way to you, so grab those now while you can. We've even converted Mandy in Liverpool tonight, who wasn't particularly a Tiger's Eye fan, but just saw the wonderful interest in the shapes and had to have them. Had to have them tonight. Congratulations, well done. There's lots and lots of people who are buying this one tonight. £12.95. I mean, just imagine just one of those. If you wanted to just cerulean just one corner of one of those, or your polymer clay to decorate it, wouldn't take anything away from the gorgeous, gorgeous nature of this material. It's incredible. I love it. And you can choose, you know, there are lighter shades, there are darker shades. It's wonderful. You're lucky, lucky people. £12.95. Right, now coming up in the next hour, we have got a brilliant kit for you. Pearls, 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 and lots of finding as well, which is brilliant. We also have, oh, news to me, some amber at a very, very low price tag. I have no idea yet what that is to be. It's a day of many, many changes today, which is great. I'm loving it. Let's keep the changes coming on. So stick around. The Late Show continues in 3 minutes from now with myself and Angela. See you after this.
Buying from Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So, when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.JewelleryMaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. Jewellery Maker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Our Jewellery Maker community is a fantastic platform to share, learn, chat and make new friends. So why not like our Facebook page and join over 64,000 like-minded people.
We here at Jewellery Maker love to hear your feedback. So working in conjunction with FIFO, a global ratings and reviews provider, when you purchase a product from JM, you will receive an email asking you to rate our service and our products. This helps us to bring you excellent customer service and ensure we're bringing you value for money and high quality goods. Have your say with Jewellery Maker FIFO reviews.
There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker. Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker.
Hello, my lovely people. Good Lord, that first hour went very, very quickly, didn't it? It always does. When we're on the Late Show together, it always just flies like that. So enjoy every minute while you can, because it's a brilliant one. We're talking a really great subject tonight as well. I love it. I love talking about keepsakes. I love talking about things that really mean something. And I know your jewellery means something if you buy it from a shop or somebody buys you a piece of jewellery from the shop, but there's nothing like creating it yourself, is there? There's nothing like creating it yourself. If you know that person and you can design something that's just for them, that has them in mind, there's nothing better, is there? Right, now, a couple of things before we go and see Angela with our first kit tonight, and your chance to win a copy of one of her fabulous books, which I'll tell you about in just a moment. I've got a new low price on this amber pendant for you. Now, this has been on, I love this. Again, it's another one of those, almost like a cornucopia shell, isn't it? Beautiful. Nice big piece of amber, lots and lots of sterling silver, and a lovely flourish of the silver work as well. Flourish is my word today. I used it in the garden this morning when it had been raining all night. And I said, that's all right, the garden's going to get its final summer flourish. Previously sold at £17.95. No, not final, not ever, just for this summer, Mike. Yeah, well, you know. You have to hedge your bets when you live in North Yorkshire. Are you ready? That's not a faux shock puddle on the floor moment. That's a £17.95. It has been sold at £17.95 before. You have it at hang on, 16. That's half price, Phil. Yes. It's half price, isn't it? Yes. Yes. Half price. Get two. Get two for earring. Get two and make earrings. Oh, I had a producer elsewhere that used to say that all the time. Buy two and make earrings. It's so true with this. All you need is a pair of shepherd's crooks, hooks, things, you know. Put a wire wrap doodah on there, and that's it. Bob's your uncle and Fenella's your aunt. £8.95. Hello. In fact, if you wanted to take the connector off the top and make it a solitaire ring, sterling silver wire, you could have it east-west, couldn't you? Come on, play. East-west. There you go. East-west, or it could be north-south as a cocktail ring, couldn't it? Could be north-south as a cocktail ring. £8.95, ridiculous, isn't it? Amber sells and sells and sells as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you have shops that are just set up just to sell amber.
Yeah.
That's all they sell. It is just so, so beautiful. I've got a couple of those, but I think they're slightly smaller in size. And I just popped some earring wires on them, gave them to my son's girlfriend to give to her mum as a gift.
Oh.
And she thought, I mean, I'm like the best, you know,
Yeah.
woman in the world for
Yeah.
giving them to her. And she thought I'd spent an absolute fortune on them. And I said, no, you know. So yeah, they make beautiful gifts and so popular if you're selling them.
Amber's amazing as well, isn't it? Because it has this real liquidity about it. See, for me, talking about keepsakes again, if you've got some kind of, you know, association with bees or honey or toffee or sweet making or someone that used to make marmalade, or sometimes it can be just mind associations that lead you to gemstones. Gemstones can remind you of people and places and the events or whatever it might be. This for me has a lovely liquidity about it. It's beautiful. Look at all of those different tones you've got there. Well, I don't know what that word was going to be. It's got cinnamon tones, there are brandy tones in there, there's almond. It reminds me a little bit, what's that gemstone from southern Spain? Andalusite. It reminds me a little bit of Andalusite, which comes from Andalusia. It's wonderful. Can you see the different mix of tones that go through it? You don't always see that from amber, actually. Amber sometimes is a little colour-wise, can be one-dimensional. But actually, that's got a nice variety of shades in it. £8.95. Half price! Half price! Oh, yes. Oh, no. Yes. It's this now. It's time for some lapis lazuli cabochons. We were talking about lapis lazuli. Why were we talking about lapis lazuli? We were talking about it in the office, weren't we? There was something. I've heard someone talking about lapis lazuli, probably outside of here today as well. It was just in my head. Something was made from lapis and something else. Anyway, look at that. Guaranteeing 225 carats. Different shapes for you. So in our sample here, we've got a nice, huge, whacking oval there, which is one. Look at that, like a starry night, isn't it? It's beautiful, all of that pyrite. We've got a nice, slim rectangle here, which is very, very nice. I love this one as well. Very boutique kind of shape. That's really cool, isn't it? Like a little pebble shape almost, isn't it? And we've got some other ovals, some which are taller than others. So I got, in our studio sample, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm not guaranteeing the number, we're guaranteeing the carat weight. And of course, if you're not happy for any reason, you've got that 30-day money-back guarantee, of course, and we can swap it for another selection if there are any available. But we always want you to be happy. We want you to be happy many times and come back shopping with us rather than being unhappy once. But this is going to make a serious amount of jewellery if you think about it, isn't it? You might have some pairs if you're lucky as well. That's a big carat weight, actually. That's a big carat weight. My word, that's good. I mean, in all honesty, you know, you probably, prior to JM, on TV with jewellery, you'll associate me with, if you've seen in the past, fully made jewellery. And I can remember selling probably 2-3 carat trilliant cuts in sterling silver rings for about that kind of price tag, and that's sort of not mass produced because there were hands involved, but you know, made on a reasonably large scale compared to you and I making from scratch. £12.95. That is good. If you can get some nice big shapes like this big oval, this smaller rectangle, which I just think is beautiful, that would be all right for the centerpiece of a gent's bracelet, actually, a macrame bracelet. And quite often gents wear a little bit of lapis. I have seen in some American jewelry designs where guys might wear a great big huge oval cut lapis lazuli. But you know, if you team up, yeah, your tiger's eye, the big squares from the last hour, still available, by the way. We're going to be recapping them all night, remember, because they will be gone by the end of the night. $12.95 if you want them. But the combination of those two together, it is outstanding, actually, isn't it? It is outstanding. You can create some amazing designs. I love it. And I think because lapis lazuli, and I know I say this all the time whenever we see lapis, but with so many blue gemstones, you can say, right, it's sapphire blue, or it's sky blue, or it's Swiss blue, or it's London blue, or it's indicolite blue, or it's, you know, there are so many shades of blue that you can pinpoint straight away. With lapis lazuli, I can't put my finger on the shade. It is just simply, it's lapis blue. Do you know what I mean? There's no other blue. The closest blue I can come to really to sort of liken this to is a Prussian blue, which is a very, very, you know, deep, rich blue. I love these pieces. And they're all great. In terms of their pyrite content, they're all fantastic. All like little starry nights. Gorgeous. $12.95. That's a bit of a bumper buy, isn't it? To get so many stones in one little stash for $12.95. I like it. I like it very much. Very, very much. Right. Okie dokie. Time for us to go for a little walk, people. Got my tea, got my gadget. Let's go, Leah. Let's go. Let's go, 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 go. Let's go and see Lady Sugar. Lady Sugar,
like
our very own Lady Sugar, is here tonight. Angela Edwards, all the way through until 10 o'clock. Now, Angela is our business specialist, really. You should see her really as your guru, your go-to guru, if you're thinking of setting up in business, because there's making for yourself, and then there's making for maybe your children's school fete or whatever, and starting off like that, and then it becomes serious, and then you think, oh, actually, there could be a new little sideline here, or I might not have to sit at that desk for 5 days a week. Maybe I could, you know, get out of the rat race and whatever. If you've got any questions for Angela, maybe you're taking your first few steps into your own business, you could do worse than get yourself a copy of this, let me tell you. Now, for tonight, for our first kit, everyone that is buying the first kit tonight, randomly, we will send one of you a copy of Angela's book, The Diary of a Creative Business Owner. And just in a nutshell, describe this book to us.
Yeah, this it's a fictional story, but really based on my personal experience and the experience of so many of our customers that I've worked with. And it tells the story of Gloria, who has been making and trying to sell her jewellery and has been struggling a little bit. And it then charts you through a whole 12 months of how she then develops her knowledge, her learning, and then turns it into a profit-making business. And the reason I bought it tonight was to link with our theme, which is keepsake jewellery, because Gloria goes on to take that theme, take it as a niche, and build herself a business, a very successful business, all around keepsake jewellery pieces.
Fantastic, and well worth having. In fact, all of Angela's books just fly out of the door when we have them on sale. But tonight you get the chance to have a copy for free. It's a signed copy as well, which is fantastic. And that will be going to somebody randomly who comes in for kit number 1 tonight, which we're calling Simply Charming. Simply Charming. This is a wonderful, wonderful kit. Let me take you through the rundown then. It's black freshwater cultured pearls here. 7x6mm. You've got a 37mm strand of those. You've got some lavender freshwater pearls, and they are gorgeous. Just a soft, sensual, meaningful tone to those. 6x5 cultured potato pearls, and you've got your white freshwater cultured potato pearls as well at 7x6mm. What I love here as well is, as well as all of that, we've got an instant kickstart. You know, if you are starting, you know, your business, that a really, really good findings pack. 150 pieces of silver-plated findings here, and you've got so many go-tos going on here. Bolt ring clasps, crimps, crimp bead covers. You've got a metre of silver-plated chain. You've got head pins and featherweight head pins. You've got shepherd hooks for earrings. You've got jump rings in there as well. It's a brilliant and very, very comprehensive kit, I have to say. And there's a lot of pieces of jewellery you could make from just that kit and those pearls, and you know, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. You know, pearls are whatever it is you want it to be. It could be very classic, very stylish, make it very contemporary. You know, you've got everybody from the Queen wearing her pearls right through, you know, to fashionistas such as Rihanna wearing her pearls. It is whatever you want them to be. And they're also perfect as heirloom and keepsake pieces that you can pass down your family.
Now, Angela, you've done a rough, we've asked you to do like a rough guide pricing, haven't we, to the pieces that you've made and the kind of range at which you would sit them in at a retail price tag. So we've got, the one you were just looking at there is that triple cluster earring?
Yes.
Yes, that's those. So anywhere between, and you've given us a low range and a mid range here, haven't you, in expected prices, or, you know, rough gauge. Actually, if you just wanted some guidance, if you're making that kind of earring with those kind of materials, anywhere, depending on where you are, anywhere between £5 and £10 for those earrings, which I think is very, very conservative, I have to say, because there is still a lot of time that has gone into creating something like that. Let's go to, should we have a look at maybe one of the bracelets at the front, maybe this drop bracelet here at the front, which is the charm bracelet. You'd happily pay, I mean, you've put low range 12, mid range 18 here, you know, and I think that's conservative. They are all real pearls that have had to be set individually. So Angela's being very, very sensible when she's giving you some guidance. And of course, you know, there's a massive disclaimer with that saying it depends on where you are. It depends on what else you have on offer. It depends on, you know, the look of your offering as well. Is it in context? Is it in context, should I say? Are you selling in a bridal store, for instance, where your price ranges are very, very different because, of course, you're sitting it next to bridal outfits, which might be four-figure price tags. You certainly wouldn't be talking about £5 or £10 for a pair of pearl earrings if they were stood next to a £3,000 wedding dress that was decked in pearls, would you? It would just be ridiculous because the bride wouldn't feel special to the bride. She might love them, but she'd look at the price tag and she'd say, no, I'm going to need to go to another boutique and spend lots of money because that's, you know, I'm buying this £3,000 dress. I can't wear a £10 pair of earrings. Does that make sense? Whereas if you're in the school fete and you're setting up for the first time, doing your first, you know, fundraiser or something, then £5 or £10 for something like that is perfect. It's spot on. It's exactly the kind of price range that mothers would be, you know, perfectly willing to pay. So, Angela, my lovely, what are we going to see in this little demo?
So I'm going to show you...
Oh, sorry, hang on, sorry. Do you know what? I don't know how long I've been here, but clearly not long enough. Let's find out how much the kit is first then, shall we? It's under £30. Now, I have to say, if you took that as, £9.95 per pearl strand, and how many pearls are on there, and how many pairs of those triple drop or double drop earrings you could make, or the charm bracelets that we've seen already. Even there's a lovely waterfall necklace here that Angela has created as well. I mean, even if we looked, this is probably the most statement piece of your collection tonight, isn't it? What did we say about this one? Waterfall, low range 18, heading to around the mid-20s, which is not unreasonable at all. I think that's fantastic. And that's utilising just what is in the kit there. So if you returned from one necklace and a pair of earrings, you would be cock-a-hoop, wouldn't you? I believe the phrase is. You'd be very happy, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think £29.95 is a superb price for what you get in the kit. And I've made 6 pieces of jewellery, and some of them are very, very pearl heavy.
Yes.
So I think it's superb value. And if I can just very quickly explain my low range, my mid range, and
go on.
You know, lots of people want advice around how to price their jewellery, and you know, there's lots of different factors involved in pricing your work. So what I do on shows like this is just give you a guide, and that's all it is. It is just a guide. And it's really perhaps for somebody who's starting out selling their jewellery, they're not sure how to price, and they are perhaps doing their school fairs or just testing their feet in the water at, you know, maybe their first local craft fair. So it's just a real guide about
we all have to start somewhere, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. So for this necklace that we're looking at, I'm saying it's not unreasonable to ask £30 for that, and that is, in my opinion, you know, extremely conservative.
I love it.
Because if I was selling that myself, it would be about the £60–70 range, because it is very, very gem heavy.
Yeah.
But everybody has different businesses, and therefore, you know, they're presented it differently. You know, they're working with different, you know, selling in different areas. There's all sorts of factors, but this is just as a rough guide, and I will post this on my Facebook page for anybody that wants to have a look at it.
Yeah, it's very useful actually. It is very, very useful indeed, because you probably, the first time you make something, you think, oh, I don't know, and you'll go straight to a high street window and then you'll price it wrong probably. Do you know what I mean? You need to sit. You need to sit somewhere in between. Yes. This is, let me just take the flare off, there you go. This is something you do an awful lot when you're merchandising, isn't it?
I do, you know, and the reason I do this is because when you're selling your work, you want to get the best possible price for your pieces. You want to draw as much attention to your work as possible. And I'm a firm believer that if you sell your work in collections, that's going to give you the best possible chance of getting those sales. So I've built this small collection, 6 pieces, and I've given it a random name. It's called Treasure Forever Collection.
It's a lovely name.
Yeah. Because when people come along and they're looking at your pieces, treasure forever, pearls, they will be able to treasure. It's going to mean something to them.
Yeah.
The other reason for selling in collections is it's about getting your sale. If you sell in random pieces, you know, you do random mags and random pieces, which is fine if that's what you want to do. But when you sell as part of a collection, somebody might say, oh, £40 for that necklace. It's beautiful, but I can't quite afford it. But actually, I love the pearls, I love the collections. Those earrings are £5. Actually, I'll buy the earrings and the bracelet.
Yeah.
You know, they'll buy 1 or 2 pieces.
Yeah.
So that's the second reason. And the other reason is people will often multi-buy because they'll think, right, you know, I'll get the necklace for my mum, the bracelet for my daughter, and the earrings for me, and therefore you feel connected. So, you know, I always encourage people, sell your work as part of a collection, and, you know, that can really make a difference to you getting those sales.
It's a very, very good idea. Right, okay, so what are we going to have a little play with and a little work with?
So I've used a technique, a very simple a wrapping technique, and I've used it in the necklace, the earrings and the bracelet, and I'm just going to show you how to do that and how to build that into your bracelet, or you could use it as part of your necklace. Okay.
Beautiful, isn't it? It's very nice. It's very simple. It's
very
nice.
And it's very elegant. Yeah.
Okay, so you're using a beading board.
I'm using my beading board, and I've just taken a 7 inches of my chain. And if you've not got a beading board, then I recommend to get them in. I'm sure we've got some on the website. They are so useful when you're planning your designs. So I've got my chain and I've just, you know, cut it to about 7 inches. And with the beading board now, I can map out my design. So, and you can space them so that it sits in your charm bracelet really easily. So I've decided that I want to use the white pearl as a central point, the 2 black pearls on the side, and the 2 lavender pearls on the outer edge. Okay, so and with this, these pearls, they've got really good drill size holes as well. So I've just taken my first pearl and I've popped my beaded, my head pin. I think I'm going to use my featherweights.
Yeah.
Just for ease tonight. but they will go through. So if you're a beginner, and I know that we've got a lot of new starters and new customers coming to us.
And new presenters.
Yeah. So I've popped my, my pearl on my head pin, and I'm just holding my pearl right at the, around those pliers at the base of my pearl. But I'm going to just move it in just a millimetre or two, like so. So you've got a tiny little gap, because that's going to give me room to create my wrap. So very simply just bend the wire over, hold the pliers comfortably, and then you just take the tail of the wire and you just wrap it very simply around your pearl, and just give it a little pull, straighten it up, kink your wire up, and then get your snips, and then you can now just snip the tail off, and it's as simple as that. Then you can just pop your pearl down, and I've forgotten to get my my jump rings, so here they are. So get my jump rings and my flat nose pliers. These studio lights they're great, but not when you're trying to find the opening. And again, that's testimony to the fact that these jump rings close really, really well, and you're not going to have your pearls slipping through. So we just open up our jump ring like so. And it's usually a north to east, sorry, a south to west movement. Pop on our wrap loop like so, and because we've got our chain all nicely set out on our board, we don't have to guess where our pearls need to sit. We just go to the link that's right opposite number 1, and I just like to pick that up, find the central point. And as you see, that's fallen nicely in the centre.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to close it up. And it's as simple as that to then work around your chain, putting on all your head pins and your jump rings and creating your pearl bracelet.
Do you know, I love, and I know this is, you know, for a lot of us, this is stepping right the way back to almost to square one, but it's these kind of techniques that you can use, you know, very, very quickly. And of course, you start off with one chain and single pearl drops, and then you think, oh, actually, between two pearls, I'm going to take another length of chain so it cascades down, if it's a necklace, for instance. So we have a little cascade between two pearls, or, you know, just take your imagination in lots and lots of different directions. That's the great thing, isn't it?
I've used that I know it's very basic, I know it's very simple, but so we do have a lot of new customers coming in and joining us. And sometimes as designers, we take it for granted that people know how to create a wrap loop, that they know how to open a jump ring. And I think that's something we need to, you know, be aware that lots of people don't know how to do that, especially if they're new. But that simple technique I've used to create my charm bracelet, my 2 pair of earrings, and my necklace. And I also use that exact technique on the back of, I don't know if I've done it on these necklaces, no, not on these today, but in lots of necklaces that I create, I put that simple technique to finish off the necklace on the back. Just one wrap loop, gemstone, finishes it off beautifully. Yeah. So you would just carry on, continue like that until you've got as many pearls as you want on your bracelet, and then pop your findings on.
It's brilliant. Just a quick word as well. Angela is here, not only on screen with us, lots and lots and lots. In fact, you were here over the weekend as well, weren't you, on
Yeah,
Saturday?
yeah.
But you actually run like a business course
That's
here as well,
right.
don't you? Which people might be interested in. So just tell them a quick snapshot of
Yeah.
what that would entail.
So we run our Business Academy courses. It's the longest established running course here at Jewellery Maker, which I'm very, very proud of. We've been going for 6 years. It's our next course is on the 14th of July. Sorry, July.
That's gone.
Of August.
Yeah.
So Monday coming, and we look at all the basics to get you up and running. So if you're thinking of selling your work, then please come along or get in touch with me, because there are things that you do need to be aware of, such as the regulations, trading standards that you need to be aware of, insurances, registering your business. There's so many things to be aware of. But also, if you've started selling and you're struggling and not getting the results that you want, come along.
Definitely. And remember, everyone who's coming in for a kit has an equal chance of getting hold of a signed copy of Angela's amazing book, The Diary of a Creative Business Owner, which is a brilliant, brilliant read. Love it when you're on, Derek. Such fun. Angela, how can I have confidence to sell online? I'm afraid of all the pitfalls that we're warned about. Says Aaron.
First of all, there is things that you do need to be aware of, particularly the regulations around, online selling. But the thing is, if we don't look at them and consider them, they do become scary. So, get in touch with me, come on the course, we'll guide you through. And once you know what you're doing, your confidence will grow, and then you'll be able to set yourself up, start marketing online, getting those sales in.
Brilliant. And you can get in touch with Angela directly via Facebook as well. She is Angela Edwards, JM Guest Designer. You can find her there. More from Angela in a wee while, but I've got to dash over there to do one of these. Wow, you wouldn't believe how much housework I did on this desk within that 20 seconds. Thought I'd finished all that at home, that's why I came down. Get away from the housework. Right, you're going to love this, and actually it ties in really nicely with what we've just seen with Angela, actually, because you have here 3 fabulous, fabulous sterling silver charms. There are 2 of them, and here's the 3rd coming on here. How sweet are these? 925 sterling silver. They've been given that wonderful sort of oxidised look to them, so they've got that real vintage feel. These would be nice on that bracelet, wouldn't they, with the pearls, Angela?
Oh, yeah, and charms are such a massive story, as we all know. So, they're 3 different types. I didn't quite see what they were.
Yes, you've got the starfish, you've got the shell in the middle, which is leading it. There we go. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
And we've got the little turtle there.
So, yeah, perfect. It could be a keepsake to remind you of a holiday that you've been on, if you love sea life as well, there's turtles, there's shells, and things like that. So yeah, perfect to give as gifts.
Well, going back to my nan that I was telling you about earlier, she used to live by the seaside. So during the summer holiday, I'd go and stay with Nan for a couple of weeks in the school holidays about this time of year, and whenever we used to go and visit, it was always really, really exciting because Nan lives by the seaside, so we can go and play on the sandy beaches, go and play bingo with the slidey plastic counters and all of that kind of caper. Oh, it was brilliant. Loved it. So you might have that same kind of association as a keepsake, and lots of people do. Lots of people have many, many happy experiences of, their childhood by the beach or sea or swimming in the sea or whatever it might be. I can remember very, very early memory of going on a holiday to Cornwall. Actually, it was with my best friend and his parents, which was brilliant because no mum and dad around. Brilliant. And my friend's mum and dad were so much, they were so much more fun. Other people's parents are always much, much more fun anyway, aren't they? Sorry, mum and dad. Love you. But I caught a crab. I was down in Mousehole in Cornwall, and I caught a crab with a little crabbing, net. One of those little wind-up lines that go around a little block of wood, whatever. Oh, it's so exciting. Right. 3 fabulous charms. Remember what you pay for charms when you're out in the big wide world, by the way, when this price comes up. Because, you know, bear in mind what you can pay for charms. Yeah, right, okay, this is your wholesaler's price then, really. That's your wholesaler's price from us. So if you want to return a profit on those, fantastic, because you're looking at £3 per charm. If you don't want to turn a profit on them, if you just want to make, at least you know you have got quality ingredients made with 925 sterling silver. That's a combined gram weight of nearly 5 grams of silver. So if you're just making for yourself or for a family member, excuse me, sorry, I have an itchy nose. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. That means I'm telling a lie. That's certainly not true. I've just got an itchy nose. That's all it is, I promise. I'm telling the truth. But this is your wholesaler's price, isn't it? Completely and utterly.
I mean, that is a really good price for sterling silver. I mean, using them either individually, all together in the collection, or why not be quirky and use them as earrings and have different ones in different ears?
Yeah.
That would be a really nice look.
Yeah. And actually, you think about it, if you'd made 3 identical, should I say, pearl bracelets to the ones you were just starting to make there, if we replaced the centre pearl with one of these charms, we've jumped up our value quite significantly there as well, haven't we?
Definitely. Or even one of, you know, as the extender chain on a necklace as well. You know, I just think that, well, I mean, with sterling silver, you just can't go wrong, can you?
No.
And with charms, they are such a fashion news story. Again, you know, perfect to have as part of your collections.
They are wonderful. I mean, you can see how solid they are. The reason I turn them over is you can see just how much silver they're actually using. If I turn that one around as well, you know, that turtle, it's not hollowed out. It could very well be to save the silver weight, but it's not. It's, you know, it feels like it has a real, you know, a real gram weight value. I mean, it certainly does as well when you think of a combination there of nearly 5 grams between 3 charms. Happy days are here again, £8.95. That's brilliant. What a brilliant star buy that is. What a brilliant star buy. Do not forget that tonight was the night, and is the night still, of our brand new Tiger's Eye strands. Premiered an hour ago with 150 available. We're well into double figures now, so grab these as quickly as you can. 650 carats, which is around about 16 of these big 2.5-inch squares of, 2.5 centimetre squares. That's an inch square, isn't it? Yes, inch square. Fabulous Tiger's Eye pieces. £12.95. Now, that wasn't the only Tiger's Eye strand that we've launched tonight, because we've also launched a strand of phenomenal long drops, which I've just got to show you, which are just amazing. So if you want the big squares, that's the details that we've got there. GNGP16 for the squares. We also have the long drops, which are just delicious. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of those. So there are the details at the bottom of the screen for the long drop beads. And it wasn't just those two, just for anyone that's joined us now, because you know that we love our calla lily shapes and strands here at JM. I've got the Tiger's Eye strand of calla lilies as well. Have a look. They are honestly one of the most delightful and beautiful examples of Tiger's Eye. It's an amazing shape, isn't it? Hello, lovely Denise. She says, itchy nosy means you'll hear bad news or kiss a fool. Well, actually it says kiss and fool. Kiss and fool. I'd rather kiss and fool, Phil. Do you know what I mean? You might as well do it all. Tell a lie, kiss and fool. You might as well do it all. You know, everything comes in threes, doesn't it? Well, you know, you never know your luck in a raffle, Denise, do you? Let me show you our must-have. It comes up in an hour's time. Look, it's itching again now. Jadeite strand is our must-have. It's a must-have because of its price tag. Now, Angela, you came in with a jadeite necklace, bracelet, should I say,
two of them,
today.
yeah.
If I was restranding this jadeite strand right now, and you haven't got talkback, which is where the producer and director can talk to Angela directly, if I was simply restranding that jadeite and selling as a necklace, give me a price range.
If you've got a sterling silver clasp on, then, you know, I'd be saying around the £50–60 mark.
Ooh, ooh, you'll be bank that, everyone, for an hour's time, because that will, yeah. Well, Angela, I think you're going to be very pleased at 8:30 then, in that case. Right, what should we do now then? That's our must-have. I've got a new box of lovelies here. Here's another one. And again, talking keepsakes, when you make a keepsake collection, as Angela suggested, which is a brilliant idea, make a birthstone collection. Make a collectible collection, if that makes sense. Make a little collection of gemstones which people do collect for various reasons. Carnelian, for those people who believe in the purported healing powers of gemstones, which we can't really go into great detail with on TV, but lots of people collect gemstones for those reasons, because they believe that, you know, certain gemstones are calming, or for, you know, certain states of mind or whatever it might be. And personally, I have to say, you know, I've lent towards some of those. You know, previously, it's just we can't talk about it on TV. But in that world, in the world of chakra stones and healing stones, carnelian is probably right up there, top of the chart, along with, I would say, probably quartz and obsidian. They're all up there in the top 10 in the chart, if you get my meaning. To have those fashioned into hearts makes it really accessible. You know, you can buy a chunk of any gemstone. You can go to a gem shop and you can buy a geode or a small nugget that you can keep in your handbag. But wearing a gemstone, having it next to your skin, having it next to your heart maybe, do you know what? There's nothing like it. And you can get all of these. You can get all of these. And you know the prices you can pay if you do collect. You know the prices you can pay for small nuggets of carnelian. You're talking about, you know, a small pebble-shaped £3 to £5 in a rock gem shop. You know, and why not? I'm not knocking them for doing that. They're a business, the same as you might be if you collect your strands with us. You know, it's as simple as that, isn't it? But carnelian is so collectible, Angela, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, one, it's such a gorgeous gemstone, beautiful tones, beautiful hues. Two, it's hot. And if you're selling your work, or even if you're gifting them, everybody knows and loves heart.
Yeah.
But also the third area I really like carnelian is because, you know, I always teach people that if they're really thinking about, you know, earning an income from their jewellery making, is to work within a niche area.
Yes.
And some people choose to work within the niche areas such as gemstones of the Bible, and carnelian is one of those. Well known, highly revered, known amongst the Christian community.
Yeah.
If that's your niche area or an area you're thinking of getting into, carnelian is a must-have.
Do you know what this reminds me of as well? The colours that go through this particular strand, because of the sizes they are. If I just give you the whole length there to have a little wander down. If you've got any of our shaded fire opal strands, team it up with carnelian. Team it up with this strand, because they would just work perfectly together. Sorry, I'll just hold those up a little bit so you can see the hearts. £5.95. Right, time now for the next 20 minutes. We are going to do a little bit of fast and furious, miss it, miss out. So, buckle up everyone. The seatbelt fastens, tightens and loosens like this. Right, are you ready? Number 16, right. This is my first time ever here. Not sitting here in front of you. I've been here before, but with this gemstone, never before. In fact, I haven't seen this gemstone for donkey's years, and I mean, I was at Gems TV 2007 to 2009. I never saw it all the way through my time with TJC, which was 7 years. Not knocking either of those channels, by the way, but I have not seen Tsavorite Garnet in probably 10 years. Aye. Grab it quickly. While it's around, grab it quickly. Now tell me the bad news, Phil. We have got 4 strands or something. How many? Okay, we've got 14 left. This is such a treasured variety of garnet. I mean, other than demantoid garnet, this is the only really green, beautiful, beautiful green in so many different shades garnet that there is. Wonderful, wonderful. Seriously, grab it now while you can. You don't need me to tell you as a collector how quick you need to be, how rare it is to be able to work with this gemstone. Far rarer than almost any other green gemstone I can think of, really. Even you would find even more green tourmaline around than you would Tsavorite garnet. I've not seen it in so long, and it's so beautiful. I mean, it really, really is, and it only comes in very, very small parcels. We only have a few left. If you want them, be quick. $7.95, let me tell you, and I have to be careful, obviously, in a regulatory sense, what I say, but this is, for this gemstone, is practically handing it to you on a plate. It simply is. $7.95 is nothing for this gemstone, seriously. It's not unusual for people to pay thousands and thousands for their Tsavorite garnet, not necessarily in this, you know, this kind of shape and size. But, you know, out there, if you wanted any sizable quantity of Tsavorite garnet, good luck, because you'd have to know some people who knew some people who knew some people to have access to this very, 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 very tiny, tiny, tiny numbers of stones come out from this location. It's Kenya that this comes from, and it's, oh, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. I always remember the story of the gentleman, it was Campbell Bridges, wasn't it, who discovered Tsavorite garnet back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, something like that. Amazing. Right, sticking with garnet. 17. That's the one after 16, Derek. Let's stay with the garnet family, shall we? Oh, hubba, hubba. This is brilliant. This is like you have your own vineyard, and this is your bumper year. This is the first year that your vines just deliver. How amazing, how juicy, how gorgeous, how brilliant the sizes are on these strands. I just love this. Right, okay, 17 available. It'll all be about the price, this one. Great big substantial pieces to wear. I could walk away now. I could walk away. Walk away, walk away. I could walk away now. Seriously, I said, I've gone. I've gone. I'm going up the tunnel of love. If you're doing those, Phil, at $4.95, I'm going up the tunnel of love. That's it. You don't need me. Don't need me. Don't need me. I can just go. I can just go home now. Bye. Bye now. Good night now. It's been fun. $4.95. Phil, $4.95. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, I tell you. Ah, dearie me. Needed a wander. Needed some exercise. $4.95, Ange. Honestly, seriously.
Crazy.
Who's going to pay us if we're letting these out of the door for this kind of price tag? Oh, I'm not as young as I used to be. 10 left. Well done, Neris. Well done, Kathleen. In Alaska. Alaska. So a gemstone that came from China via wherever, I don't know if we bought the stones like this or we had them cut and faceted somewhere else, not faceted, shaped, to us. Jackie in Cornwall. Oh, Jackie in Cornwall says, great show. I lived by Mousel, great memories too, still live close, great places. Jackie. I love Mousel. I love Mousel, such a sweet place. Trying to drive through Mousel is not easy, is it? You have to be quite patient. I'm actually going to, I've just booked a little holiday cottage in, now where is it? Cornwall, definitely. Where's it called? What's it called? No, it's near Falmouth, actually. It's one of the little places near the Helford River, down near Falmouth. So I'm going down in November for a week. Love it, because I love going to Porthcurno. If anyone's ever been to Porthcurno, the wildest waves in Porthcurno, and there's a seal down there that pops its head out and just says hello. It's beautiful. Right, more miss it, miss out now. Sorry, I'm nattering. Time for some. I know what I think it is. Blue Labradorite. Oh, I like it. I like the sizes of the stones. They really are nice. Do you know what I would do personally, because I'm a boy, is I would exclude the centre of the strand, for me personally, just because they graduate up. I would take all the ones that are of equal size towards the outside of the strand, and I'd have that as a bracelet tomorrow. I think that's beautiful. That's really, really nice. Well, you could have it today, couldn't I, Phil, I suppose? Never mind about tomorrow. I can make you some earrings with the rest, Phil, if that's all right. Last 4. Call it a wedding present. Here's Julianne in Cornwall. I had a commission to make an angel wing for a lady whose birthstone is Garnet, but she hates red. I'm so excited to get the green version. Yeah, serious. I mean, Julianne, you're with Garnet, it's worth having a good look through the Garnet family, actually, because which colour does she not like? Red. Because there are lots and lots of other colours that you could sort of be heading to. Is it Hessonite Garnet? That's a wonderful orange. There's a yellow, am I making this up? There's a yellow Garnet, isn't there? Or am I thinking of something else? I can't think what it's called either. It was so many years ago I had lots and lots of different varieties. Do you remember the days when we had all the different varieties? And now we have all the shades of red. Yeah, it's worth having a look around the family, but Tsavorite, I mean, seriously, even if you visually love Russian chrome dioxide, Tsavorite Garnet blows it out the water, let me tell you. Right, where should we go next? Miss it, miss out. More Labradorite. This strand, right, so the strand is the same dimensions as the red garnet we showed you just a moment ago, pretty much, look. So here's the red garnet that we did before, and this is the now Labradorite strand. Now I'm just going to move this one around just because so you can see the colour play, because in these small slices sometimes it can get a little bit lost because of the direction of the stones are sort of travelling in. But it's a huge strand. I'm loving it. Oh, Phil. Right, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it now. That's it. I'm here now. I don't need to be here, do I? I don't need to. I'm just filling in for someone who's lost her voice. Phil's lost his mind. The prices are going everywhere. I don't need to be here. I'm going. That's it. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Can you hear me in the dressing room? Right, I'm coming. Don't keep making me doing this long walk, Phil. It's a long walk down there. Up, down like a yo-yo. Right, £4.95. This better be in baskets. It's got to be in baskets. It's better be there now. Grab it quickly when you can. Linda, well done in Yorkshire. A couple of these coming your way. We've got Collector in Greater Manchester, Julie in Essex, congratulations. Porthcurno, great outdoor theatre. Oh yes, the Minack Theatre, Jackie. Yes, you're right. Famous for the Serpentine down here. Are you getting any in? Oh, we have some tomorrow, apparently. We have some tomorrow, apparently. Vicky. It's all right. I only went down the tunnel of love and came back. I could never leave. No, I could never leave. I did a 6-hour day the other day. It was brilliant. Loved every minute of it. It finally felt like a show. Do you know what I mean? 4 hours is like a snapshot. Because look, we're nearly 2 hours in already, actually.
It goes so quickly, doesn't it?
It does, hugely quickly. Time flies when you're having fun, that's why. Marcelina, well done, congratulations, amongst many other buyers in that one. Anne-Marie on Merseyside, congratulations to you as well. Well done, well done, well done, well done, well done. Here's another gemstone, which is great for keepsake pieces. It is Fluorite. And just, if a gemstone ever looked how the name sounded, it's this one. Because Fluorite is fresh and it's vibrant and it's full of life and it's all about new beginnings and warmth and I don't know, a special relationship. And I think sometimes we forget. We forget because we're used to seeing gemstones day after day after day after day after day. We forget that the joy that they bring. You know, anybody can go out into the high street and they can buy plastic beads masquerading as this, that and the other. We can order, you know, it's an easy thing to do. It's an easy thing to do. It's like, I suppose it's like the difference, if you think about it, between running out to a card shop and buying that card that everyone's exchanged over the years. You know, it's almost like the one card does the rounds. Do you know what I mean? And you've actually taken some time to even have one of those personalised ones made. You know when you go online and you have special picture, photograph of the person, you write your own text in it. How much more special does that feel? I know you're still paying somebody else to do it, but if you don't have the artistic know-how yourself, it still feels special. It still feels like some effort was put in. I think sometimes people do forget just how awe-inspiring real gemstones are. Because we take them for granted. If you work with gemstones all the time, we work with gemstones all the time, it's, you know, you might look at this and you think, oh, it's another strand of fluorite. So what? But you forget that when you create these pieces with gemstones that you might not ordinarily work with. Remember, it was Mandy in Liverpool earlier. Really wouldn't ordinarily give you tuppence for tiger's eye, not interested, wasn't her stone at all. She looked at the shapes that we had available tonight and just thought, you know what, I'm going to go for it. Just because I love the shapes. So it's taking her in a different direction. Now, I don't know whether Mandy makes for selling, or she makes for pleasure, or she makes for family, or she just makes for fun, I don't know. But what a nice way to take your inspiration, take it left and right. Come out of your gemstone comfort zone, I think is what I'm saying. £6.95. I mean, I do know a lot of people, as a jewellery presenter, I've railed against it for over 10 years because a lot of people, opals are not their thing. In fact, some people are very, very anti because of some old wives' tales about tears and rubbish like that. But I've talked to a lot of people around to my love of opals over the years, and they've said, do you know what, Derek, thank you, because I just needed someone to say, go on, it's okay, give it a try. And I tried and never looked back. And it's opened up my eyes in different ways, and I think that's nice. Those who never changed their mind never changed anything. Isn't that what they say? Something like that, isn't it?
I heard that one before.
Yes. If you haven't changed your mind, you haven't changed anything. I think it's something like that. No, it doesn't count for things like that, Phil. £6.95. It's a really valuable gemstone as well, I have to say. Well done. Well done, you. Right, tiger's eye. Talking of which, cannot stop showing you this, I'm afraid, until they're all gone, which will be before 10 o'clock tonight, I really do believe. Look at these 1-inch huge faceted squares of tiger's eye. These are the ones that have turned Mandy in Liverpool's eyes tonight, through drilled, massive, great material. The quality of the material is ridiculous. Now, listen. You know that I am not, I promise you, I will not, no matter how many times, I mean, Phil doesn't nag me to nag you very often, which is good, because we have this kind of agreement. But I don't nag about web baskets, but I've got a lot of you who've got this in baskets. Check it out, run, because by 10 o'clock there will be none. I promise you that. I really do believe that with all three of these new tiger's eye strands, new tonight, imagine if this had been on the morning show with 150. 3 minutes, they'd be gone. We're lucky to have this as a premiere on the Late Show. There are 16 of these big 1-inch squares here for £12.95. If you made a simple pendant or the centre of a bracelet with just one of these stones, would that not be your return of your whole strand? I mean, the material is just phenomenal. It really is beautiful. And do you know what? What you're seeing on screen is not the half of it. Promise you that. You've got a 30-day, well, I'll promise you on behalf of the company, because we've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Coming up after the break, we have got, in the next hour, we have got your jadeite rounds. Now, this is tonight's must-have, coming up in half an hour. Oh, sorry, it's coming up, oh, we're doing the must-have at 8 o'clock. Okay, brilliant, sounds good to me. So, as soon as we come back from the break, in a change to the TV listings magazines, 8 o'clock, we're going to open, it's open now on pre-order if you want to have a little look. I asked Angela about 20 minutes ago, she doesn't have talkback tonight, so the producers and directors can't talk directly to Angela. She's flying blind, so to speak. I asked her how much simply restranding that would be as a retail offering. She said with a sterling silver clasp, you could be talking in the region of...
Yeah, about £60 as a minimum.
I want you to hold those words in your mind as we go over the break, and I want you to remember that, and I want you to go and look right now because this is on pre-order. Shall I give you the code? It's IOGP31. IOGP31. I want you to go and have a look right now on pre-order at the must-have IOGP31. I want you to bear in mind what Angela has just said, and she wasn't primed to say that in any way. She didn't know how much or not the strand would be. And she said somewhere in the region of 50 to 60 pounds with a sterling silver clasp, simply re-stranded that jadeite. And I tell you what, you would be extremely pleased if you made that small investment for a potentially very large return. Find out more after this.
The Jewellery Maker phone is free from a UK landline, so call us today to place your order.
Did you know that when you book a Jewellery Maker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
At Jewellery Maker, we are always looking at ways to provide you with a fantastic shopping experience. With this in mind, we'd like to welcome you to our new pre-order option. Selected items throughout the day will be put on display and made available for pre-order. When the presenter informs you that the pre-order service is available on an item, this is your chance to pop it into your online basket or speak to one of our brilliant call centre team members and be one of the first to secure your purchase.
Did you know that if you go to JewelleryMaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you'll receive 10% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, themed shows, program guides and Jewellery Maker tutorials. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Good Lord, that's a lively DJ tonight, isn't it, in the house? Good Lord, the master mixer up there with his decks. Have you heard that before, Angela?
Yeah,
oh,
I
Saturday
have.
morning. Yeah, that was a wake-up call on Saturday morning.
It certainly was. I thought I was at the club still.
Yeah, yeah, doing your thing. Oh yeah, I've heard about you at the Christmas party. Yes.
Yes, let's leave it at that.
Anyway, yeah, what happens at the Christmas party stays at the Christmas party quite often, especially with this crowd, let me tell you. Anyway, now, already over 20 of these are already gone on pre-order. Bear in mind what Angela had said before. Oh yeah, That's what we're talking about tonight. That's why we say must have. That's why we say must have. It is one of those where, are you for real? $8.95. You don't need our help with that one. It's another one where I could walk out. I'm not going to, as I've done that twice in the last hour already. That's it. I've had enough exercise for the evening. That's it. Yeah. Done it twice now. It's done. Leave it. Leave it. I might do it in a few weeks' time again, maybe. Well done, Sally in Nebraska. Hello, Carolyn in Hertfordshire, Jean in Cardiff. We've got Helen in East Dunbartonshire, Sandra in Norfolk. A lot of people upgrading their order from 1 to 2, and I would not be surprised if you want to do the same as well. It's phenomenal. I mean, seriously. If you never change your mind, why have one, says Karen. Oh, I like that. I like that. That's a good one. That's a good life mantra, that, isn't it?
I do like that
It's a good life mantra. Got any more like that? Get them in. 60777. Start your message with JM Studio, or if you're watching online, under there or over there somewhere, there's a little box to send us a message in there. Yeah, we would love to hear from you. Any other little mantras like that? I mean, not those naff ones that are on pictures on social media. You know, some of those are annoying, aren't they?
Like the ones I post on my Facebook page.
No, but there are some. There are some.
I know what you mean, yeah.
There are some that are so sickly that you just think, oh, go away. Do you know what I mean? Some are really good. You have to be in the right place to receive them sometimes, don't you? But some of them, I look at them and I just think, oh, that's so not you anyway. Go away. But that's good. What was that? What did that say? If you never change your mind, why have one? I like that.
Yeah, I do.
I like that. Good one. Keep them coming. Or look at the names just popping onto the list there. Collector in Glamorgan, Glenys in Kent, Mary in the West Midlands, June in Hertfordshire. All real people, by the way. All shopping with us right now live. You can call us on that number down there. It's 0800 644 655 if you want to take this away. Maybe you just simply want to make yourself a one-off piece of jewellery. Maybe you're not a seasoned jewellery maker. You just flick past, stop because it's something different and think, that's good. That's very good. Shall I have a bit of that? Well, listen, you don't have to buy a membership. You don't have it's not like one of those things where you have to buy a card and then there's different levels. You work your way up to gold and silver and all of that. I can't say that that's never going to happen, but right now you don't have to pay an entry fee. You don't have to buy a membership. We don't send you a letter saying, oh, that's it, your membership's up for renewal, it's gone up this year to so-and-so, so-and-so. None of that. You shop at the prices you see on screen, whether you're buying 1 or 101. You're buying it, essentially you're buying it at, if there ever were, and I don't know that there is, to be honest, but then I don't know, so I'll just say in my personal opinion, this is the only large-scale jewellery supply wholesaler that I can ever think of that is this easy to obtain. I am a member of a cash and carry for things. Do you know what I mean? Like, that sounds wrong, so I'll quantify it. One of those, like, food and gift cash and carry wholesalers, just because I have my own business, because I work for myself, so I bought the membership card. I won't say which one it is because I'm about to tell you how much I pay a year for it. It's about 60 quid to have this card, and it'll save me 5% off, and I can buy things in bigger quantity. Now that's good, that suits me, because I have to go less often to buy bigger quantities and pay slightly smaller prices, and don't have to keep running out to convenience stores and paying higher prices for smaller quantities. This is the same for you. This is like you having your own jewellery supply, cash and carry, but you're not having to pay a membership fee. And if we're not selling you these and then saying, okay, well, we'll sell you this at $8.95, but we want 20% commission of anything you sell. We're not like a gallery. Well, actually, if we were like a gallery, to be honest, the commission wouldn't be 20% unless you know the gallery owner intimately. It would never be 20%. Your average gallery commission starts, Angela, at about
50 to 60%. I mean, I sold into gallery. It was a group of galleries, and they wanted 50%. Yeah. On the retail price, so it's not cheap. And
I'm not knocking them for doing that, because of course they've got to have people sit there all day long, whether no one comes in or whether 100 people come in a day. They've got to sit there. My motto is very simple. Do whatever makes you happy. And for me, that's making jewellery and watching JM. Says Sue, with 2 kisses on the bottom. 2 kisses on the bottom, Angela.
Is that one each
on the
or
message?
Both for you?
Bless. No, I think that's 1 each. Thank you, Sue. There's one back from me. And here's one back from Angela. There you go. There you go. £8.95 for these. This is your must-have tonight. Now, we started with 150. What are we down to now-ish, Phil? It's quite low now, isn't it? Yeah. We are around about, getting down towards the last sort of 50s or so, because people are up in their orders. They're saying, actually, I'll have a bit more of this. So it's quite a good little deal, this. £8.95. Pat on Merseyside, well done. Jeanette in Somerset, Florence, Elaine in the Rhondda, Angelique in East Yorkshire, in the East Riding. Why do they call it the East Riding? It's nothing to do with riding, though, is it? Because there's the West Riding, isn't there? And there's the East Riding of Yorkshire. What's that all about? Is it about riding? Is it literally riding? Like riding the GGs? Oh, I'd like to know if you know. Jean in Cardiff, well done. Who else have we got? Collector in the West Midlands, 2 of those coming your way. Collector in Greater London, you've just grabbed 2 of those, well done. Jeffrey in Flintshire, well done. Rebecca in Dorset, congratulations. Richard on Merseyside, lots of collectors seeing the value in, well, the ridiculous value, quite frankly, in £8.95 for a jadeite strand. Beautiful, beautiful rounds, and they're all yours for a song, let me tell you. If you have these in your basket, cashier number 6, please. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Sharon, Stephanie, Leslie, collector in Staffordshire, Cambridgeshire, Cumbria, Merseyside, Julia in the West Midlands, Dawn in South Yorkshire. I'm not pointing any fingers in any directions at all, because you know I don't nag about these things, but be quick, be quick, be quick, be quick. We've got another, oh, you found a quote, Phil, have you? A diamond is merely a lump of coal that did well under pressure. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and so true.
Yeah, it is. What a lovely motto that would be. I like that. I like that. Very, very good. Has JM found a jadeite mine in the garden at Ivy House? That's the only way I can explain these prices. Liz, you know, sometimes it just has to be done. But it's just between us. It's just between us. But we haven't found a jadeite mine in Ivy House Garden. £8.95 right now. We've less than 50 left. 40 or so left now. I have got 35 of these in baskets. Yeah, let me show you. And this is just a different version of what you're seeing on the screen. This is what I look at. And Phil puts everyone's names in front of me. You see how full that is? And this column on the right-hand side, these are all the people who I'm not nagging at. And that's not all of you. But this column here is for baskets. People who have these in baskets. Congratulations if you've got yours. Check it out, 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 check it out. I don't nag at those, but check it out! Right, okay, let's move on. That's very, very good. Now, I just want to remind you, just while you're, you know, while you've got your basket open, you've got to have one of these in it, I'm afraid. Brand new launch tonight at 6:30. You have got 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 1-inch beautiful big faceted squares of some of the best tiger's eye I have seen in a long time. Premiere today. We started with 150. We are now looking at less than 50 of these available. And every time I mention it, more and more go. By 10 o'clock tonight, the end of the late show, or if you're watching in the morning, that will be by 8 o'clock in the morning. By the time the morning show comes around, these will be all gone. So you can chance your arm in the morning, but tonight is where it's all happening. You know, we don't often get premieres in the late show, so it's fantastic to have that. It's really, really fantastic. Right, now, we've shown you lots and lots of new strands tonight, but I'm now going to show you a bit of a miss it, miss out opportunity on some purple tiger's eye rounds. Brilliant. Imagine, well, you don't have to imagine because I'll show you. Put these with the tiger's eye calla lilies. Can you imagine? The combination of the two would be brilliant. Now, I only have 24, I think, of these purple tiger's eye round strands. So again, if you want one, 8mm round, they're a brilliant size, £6.95. So you've got all of the chatoyancy of tiger's eye, but that rich, it's bursting with just, it's almost like black currants just about to burst, isn't it? Beautiful, £6.95. That's a lovely colour to work with as well, Angela, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Again, unisex. It's, you know, right across the ages. I mean, I would just wear it like that with a stretchy, but again, lift the colour with your pearls, you know, put that with, you know, your, oh, it's gone straight out my head.
That's all right.
The next kit.
With the
the rose quartz.
Yeah.
You know, you can use it with anything because, you know, not everybody likes black or can wear black.
Look at that.
And that colour is just a great alternative.
Good size for making bracelets as well, perfect. Love it. And again, purple tiger's eye, if you've never enjoyed it so far, get it home, see it. Again, completely get it home and see it. You've got so many beads to work with. I'm guessing it must be in the 40s, something like that, in terms of number. And they do have that wonderful chatoyancy going on. It's difficult to see on camera, but they do have that same chatoyant nature as your yellow and your red tiger's eye. Beautiful! Love it, love it, love it. £6.95. Just take advantage of the deals tonight. They are coming at you thick and fast. They really are. Oh, Sam, bless you. Sam, you made a circus entrance there, but she's going to do some kind of gymnastic entrance there into the studio. Pauline, congratulations, well done. Shall we do what, Phil? Oh yes, there are some smaller ones. There are some smaller ones here as well. How about half the size? So do a little bonus strand for you of half the size. Now, very rarely do the worlds collide that we get, you know, two such perfectly matched, exactly the same stone, half the size. So 4mm round for these. Yum, 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 yum. Love these. These could be spacers as well, couldn't they? Although I think they're too good to be left. Hang on, hang on, hang on. You know what I'm thinking? You know what I was thinking earlier when we were making another brand new strand of tiger's eye we had tonight, are these long droplets. So if you've got the long droplets, I was suggesting a very, very simple earring. Details of the droplets at the bottom, by the way, £6.95. Oh, these. Oh, is it? Right, sorry. Oh, right, okay, yes. Phil's put the details of the bigger rounds on the bottom of the screen, so I'll leave those there at the bottom. But we launched this as a brand new tiger's eye strand tonight, and I'm thinking these 4mm round, just finishing off the bottom of that earring that I was talking about, because that's got quite a swing thing going on there if you're using it as a sort of pendulum swing for an earring. I know what I mean. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Mike sort of understands as well. That was as clear as a pond I had a few years ago.
You could also do tassels with that size as well.
Yeah.
So you could put your head pin, your eye loop head pin through the bottom of your drops, and then create your tassel beads and attach that on the end, so you get a nice tassel dangle.
That sounds like a good idea. Oh, sorry, Mike. Yes, I was just having a little slurp there. I absolutely agreed. Absolutely agreed. Beautiful. Love it. And remember, you've got the two different sizes as well. So at the bottom of your screen, you've got the details for the 8mm round strand at £6.95. You've got the 4mm rounds here at £5.95. Kind of, if you're having one, you've got to have the other, really, haven't you? Gotta have you can't have one without the other. So goes the song. What is the song? Oh, it's that one, isn't it? Love and Marriage. It's that one, isn't it? Yeah. I remember that, Mike, yes. I only know that song from Married with Children. Al Bundy. Used to be on very late at night. Angela's looking completely blank of it. Well, it's good that you don't know that. It's good that you don't know that. No, it was that kind of thing you just watched late at night. You know, after Cell Block H. It was like one of those kind of things. I remember
Cell Block H. Used to love that back in the day.
It was great, wasn't it? The only thing was, if you ever travelled around the country, you lost track of where you were. Because in one part of the country it would either be behind or in front. And then, they used to, It's quite a worry when I moved from Surrey to Lancashire. And suddenly,
Wow.
I can't remember whether it went backwards or forwards, but either way it was a worry. Right, next up, we are going to do a Gems of Distinction strand. Okay. Oh, you're a fan of this gemstone, Angela. It's
Is
Spinel.
Oh, yes, I love a bit of Spinel.
It's Spinel. Oh, now imagine putting this with everyone's favourite black gemstone, which is black Spinel. Don't care what anybody says, everyone's favourite black gemstone's got to be black Spinel, isn't it? So this with the black Spinel is like your perfect. What were those sweeties that we used to have back in the day? Where some were
Yeah, I know.
some were black, some were red. Were they just called red and black?
Fruit drops, weren't they?
I think they were like gummy things. And half of them were red and half of them were black. And there'd be blackcurrant flavour and strawberry flavour or something like that. Yum, 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 yum. I can't think of what they were called. Yes. They were like berries.
Yeah, yeah. And they were actually that berry shape with that,
Yeah,
that
with the lumps on the
rounded
top,
tops.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean lumps. You know what I mean. Pips. Whatever you call them. Hey, we only found out the other night what the name was for the juice sacks. You know, if you cut a lemon open and then inside the segment you've got the little tiny little sacks which actually contain the juice. We only found out what they were the other day.
Oh, what were they?
Yeah. I've forgotten. Was it vesicles? I think it was vesicles or something like that. These are beautiful. You know, which of the Queen's crowns is it that has a red Spinel?
Oh, that's the her coronation crown.
Yes.
That's the main one, isn't it?
Yeah, they thought it was a ruby,
Yeah.
didn't they? It was the Mistress of Disguise Spinel. But you can see why. Actually, when I reached for it in the box, I thought, oh, lovely ruby. Because
Well,
it's so easy to mistake. And you were going to say that, weren't you?
No,
Oh,
I
weren't you?
thought it was a garnet.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Ah. Well, it's from Vietnam. Very exotic location. It's from Viet Space Nam. Here we go. Okay, it's like a once a quarter kind of opportunity. Take it there aren't many then, Phil. Okay, we've only been given permission to do this. I'm kind of getting to know how things work behind the scenes now here at JM. We only get permission to take prices this kind of low on a pedigree gemstone like this if we have a small quantity. Because if you think about how our day is made up, airtime costs. So when you only have small pockets and quantities, you have to go much quicker to sell small quantities, but you'll sell more overall, if that makes sense. So you've got these little opportunities, these little windows of opportunity of taking really, really top dollar gemstones to unusually low price tags. If you think about £70.95, which you would have had to think about, you know, you would have to seriously, no one spends £71 without really thinking about it. But £41.95, that's a different story. And then for your authenticity card, I mean, a mere 25p.
Yeah. And you need that
Gotta have
with
it.
something like
Gotta
a
have it, haven't
beautiful
you?
strand like this.
Yeah. In case someone says to you, oh, come on, that's garnet. And you can say, hello. That's what you think. But in fact, you wouldn't think this. You have to see the material up close to really appreciate that. I mean, it's awesome. Once you know, you really know. And the intense colour. I mean, there are some rubies that would love to be as red as this. They were called red and blacks. I thought so. I thought so. And they were like gummy and flat and bobbly like berries on the top. Oh, I can taste them now. I think I was more reds.
Oh no, I love the black ones. Even like in you know, you get those the fruit assortments.
Yeah.
Always go for the darkest colours first.
Oh, now
Yeah.
see, if I go through wine gums or fruit pastels or anything like that, I am the one who goes straight to the yellow and green.
All right.
I love those.
Well, we could easily share a packet then.
Easy, we'd all be happy,
Yeah.
wouldn't we? Oh, okay. Leah's after the reds. So you two can share the reds and the darker colours, and I'll have the yellow and green, and we're all happy. Good evening, says Chris, is that in Hampshire? Success is no accident, it's hard work, perseverance, learning and sacrifice. Most of all, love what you're doing. Very true, very true. Do you know what? I've come to appreciate that more, I think, in the last 12 months, for various reasons, than any other time. Do you know, I used to take everything so seriously.
Yeah.
And now I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun. Like, I come here and I'm just having fun. Like, don't talk to me about sales targets and everything else, not interested. I'm here to have fun. And if that's no good, don't book me anymore. Because I just love being here. And I hope that comes across, because I genuinely do. But I am having the time of my life here. It's great. I love it. And because I know what jewellery means, you know, elsewhere, you know, I can sell you a food slicer, a pack of batteries. It means nothing. Do you know what I mean? You don't get it home and think, oh, I love that pack of batteries. No, they're just functional. They're just things, aren't they? You need to have them, but they're just things. But with jewellery, I know I have customers from day one from me selling jewellery that they still associate me with buying that piece of jewellery that means so much to them. And I still have that connection to those people, which is, for me, it means the world. I love it. Seriously. What are we doing now, Phil? Sorry. How many times did you said that in my ear? Probably about 1,000 times. I was too busy having a little natter with my friends at home. Right. Ooh, this is nice. Look at that. Ooh, yum, 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 yum. Oh, I like that. I've just had an idea. Just had an idea. Just had a little idea. Of course it is, Mike. Isn't everything tonight? Look, 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 look. I'm thinking of sneaking one of these little bad boys into your tiger's eye calla lilies. I'm using one of the smallest ones there on the strand. Gets a thumbs up from Mike. What do you think, Leah? Not bad. Angela?
I think you're after my job, Derek. Seriously?
Oh, I don't know. I think that's a long way off yet. Don't worry. I haven't even started seed breeding yet. 2 cerulean pendants does not maketh the man. I'm getting there though. In fact, somebody did send me a message. If you, I'm on Facebook as Derek Mock's TV presenter. That's what I laughingly call myself on Facebook. So come and find me. And I had a lady send me a message very recently about, you keep talking about buying your first kit, Derek, and you haven't yet done it. And I did. I think I replied today to say, I think when I do, I don't think I'm going to leave the house for quite a while. Do you know what I mean? And I just have there's quite a lot of things in my diary at the moment, unfortunately. Although the whole of next week so far, the whole of next week, I have got a free week. I shouldn't say that out loud, really, should I? But I might just, should I just say that out loud on telly? Probably. But so I might just use that opportunity to get my first kit all done and dusted. Because I'm back here with you on Saturday mid, and then I'm on our sister channel on Sunday morning. We go to $9.95. Wouldn't that go well with Labradorite? Let's see if I've got any here. Have we got any Labradorite in this box, Phil? We haven't, have we? No, I haven't got any here. Have we got what was the last hour? They're really in the 7 o'clock box in the last hour, Leah. We had some Labradorite, did we, I think? Some rondelles, did we? Or am I making that up? I just think this would go really well with Labradorite.
Yeah, do you know, I love that. It looks fantastic on the screen, but it looks incredible from where I'm sat. So sparkling, beautiful.
There's the strand of Labradorite that we had earlier. I just think the two together could look spectacular. I know this would be great standalone because it has almost that sort of bronzy, goldy tone to it. So I think with the antique bronze wire, I can see the wire work pieces, I can see the flowers. Yeah, and it's funny because I can see different designers doing different things with it as well.
Yeah. I'd love waterfall necklaces with that. But yeah, I can see the wire workers really incorporating that into their designs.
I can see a nice big sculpture from De Bruges. Yeah, I can see that beautifully. In fact, she did a nice big, like a branch sculpture with an owl sat in it, and I think working that into it would be amazing. Right, now I have, oh, forgive me, I've got my doodahs caught in a doodah. It's all right, I'll be there. I've got my tassels caught, and you know what happens when I get my tassels caught. Oh, in fact, it's just hooked over, Derek. You're pulling at it, it just needs hooking over, that's it. Right, good, sorted. The deepest, the darkest, the richest and the most expensive variety of this gemstone. This strand is a winner, let me tell you, in London Blue Topaz. Oh my word. Every one of those is a winner. There were only ever 78 of these. When was it first shown, Phil? Okay, first on in May. It's not had many airings, I have to say. This would be perfect for those of you who want clarity. If you want almost eye-clean clarity in a majority of those stones. Now, superb. And we're getting you right up to, what's the maximum? Right, 20 times magnification. Leah's even got her extender on to get you even closer than our regular shots. You can see the individual strands of the silver thread going around the tassel. That's how far in we've got. Whenever, oh, now that would be good. That would be good. Phil says, would you like the lowest price ever? Can I just count the stones on this strand very, very quickly, and then we'll get to business. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. I've got 19 on the strand here. Do you know we wait somewhere between 18 months and 2 years for the curing process, which turns white topaz to London Blue Topaz, and that's why it's so expensive, because it's the darkest of all the colour tones. So we wait the longest for it. Right, lowest ever price tag coming up for less than 30 of you, I believe. As a cost price to you, you make your own judgments there. $44.95 when a pair of very, very simple earrings, and I mean stupidly simple earrings, using just 2 of those stones. One day I aim to own some of these. Just had a message in that just grab it now while you can. Lowest ever price tag. You will never be sorry that you did that. Just using 2 of these stones, as I say, for a very, very stupidly, very, very simple pair of earrings, and you could be talking more than that strand price, in my personal opinion, just for 2 stones. You will rarely, if ever, see it available out in the high street, London Blue Topaz, because it's not well known enough. In our world, it's very well known. And let me tell you, for the collectors, one of the only places in the world you can actually source London Blue Topaz is the JCK show in Las Vegas. You may have heard of it, and you might think, oh, Las Vegas, gemstones don't come from there. But it's one of the key selling events to the jewellery trade, happens in Las Vegas. Nice jolly if you can get it, hey? Sounds nice. I'm kind of a week in Vegas and it's work. Who would ever believe that, hey? Who would ever believe that? Yeah, right, you're going for work. Yeah, it's the JCK show. It's a massive show, you know, because it has to be in Vegas, because it's the only place really that has the sort of conference facilities and places for all the different locations, because literally the world's gemstone buyers and jewellery buyers go out there. And they're buying 3 or 4 seasons ahead, remember. If they're buying gemstones now, in, where are we now, August, if they're buying gemstones in August now, that's really, they're buying for probably this time next year, spring, summer next year, because of course by the time they've got the stones actually delivered and they've decided what to do with them, gone through design and production, then they've got to catwalk them ahead of actually selling the ranges, etc., etc. You do, I mean, retail works at least 9 months ahead, doesn't it, Angela?
At least. And sometimes, you know, 12 to 18 months ahead.
Yeah. That's some organised people, isn't it? Aisha, hello, my darling. Says, ask for JM vouchers for Christmas. That's how I got my first strand of London blue. Good trick, good tip there. I like that tip. Keep them coming. That's good, yes.
It is.
Build up your little voucher collection. That's a good idea. Little birthday list. You just go straight to JewelleryMaker.com and just buy, you know, whatever you think. Just leave it to them, whatever you think. You know, don't go mad, just whatever you think. That's at least 20 from each person then, isn't it? This day and age, with inflation and everything else. That's amazing, isn't it? That's good. Right, let's go for some more Spinel now. I think this, for me, might be a first. A black Spinel strand, minus any facets. But I love it. I love its perfection, I love its shape, I love its interactivity. They are delicious. 85 carats all told. I think, just think of the flowers you could make, centerpiece of a bracelet, just the flower that you could make from 5 or 6 of these.
I think that, I mean, I've personally never worked with unfaceted black spinel.
Right.
So it's the first for me seeing it. And the first thing that comes to mind is men's pieces, because I wouldn't necessarily do a man's piece which is faceted, but I could definitely see men wearing that as, you know, one drop in the pendant, because it's, you know, it's plain.
I completely get you. I completely get it. I mean, that, honestly, it's... You're right, and it is that shape, isn't it? It is that shape which lends itself to just one single pendant. It could be, you know, a piece of leather cord, or a macrame piece for a bracelet, maybe. And again, that one stone would actually, you know, would punch way above its weight, actually. I think it's lovely, you're right. Quite often people will have something like a boulder opal in this kind of shape as a pendant, and I think they could work really, really nicely. Oh, cufflinks maybe. Oh, when did we ever see any black Spinel strand at £6.95? Tell me. Now that is a piece of history, isn't it? For me, certainly. £6.95. Right, get yourselves on the phone lines. How many have we got, Phil? 30, only 30. And on each, well, on the strand that I've got here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 beautiful, beautiful nuggets. Almost like, do you remember, oh, it's all about nostalgia today, isn't it, with keepsakes and everything, but there used to be a bag of chocolates that you could buy, and they were all mixed, they were all different things, and they were called Revels. Who remembers Revels?
Oh, yes.
You know the chocolate-coated peanuts? It's kind of this almost this shape, isn't it? This same shape. I used to love those. I wouldn't give you anything for the coffee or the orange ones. You could keep those. I like the caramel ones, the Maltesery honeycomb ones, and the peanuts. I think you can still buy them, and other chocolates were and are available. But I did like a nice little... Oh, they used to have Maltesers. Not Maltesers, those flat ones. They're like coins.
Oh, yes, yeah. All
what
chocolate.
Were they called? Minstrels.
Yeah.
They used to have those in those as well, didn't they? Oh. Can you still buy those? I bet you can.
Yeah.
They are lovely. They are lovely. Right, £6.95, congratulations. Right, let's have some opal now. Something blue, could be your something blue. Oh, actually, you know, you were just talking about jewellery for gents. I think actually for a holiday piece, I would be more than happy with that, just as something that looks a bit different.
Yeah, it's very surfer. It's got that surfer feel.
Yeah, very nukey. Down on the beach, right in the waves. That's nice. That is nice. Well, I've never been surfing. I could never stand up surfing, so. I've tried bodyboarding as well, Phil. I tried that a few years ago. And what happened was, I'd get on the board would slip away, it was connected to my wrist, and it would pop up out of the water and bop me on the head. And that got a bit boring after a while. Yeah, and I got a sore head by the end of it. But I didn't want to get a lilo because I wasn't sure, you know. Start floating away with a lilo. Anyway, Peruvian opal. Love Peruvian opal. Gorgeous colour, isn't it? It's ooh, yum, 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 yum. Like the centre, like a core of a glacier. Like this kind of colour here. £8.95. And that's really exotic gemstone to be working with. It's very unusual.
Oh yeah, it's not one that, you know, you get every day, particularly in the opal collection. But that colour is so striking.
I might just, you know, usually I make myself a bracelet. I might, on this occasion, I might make myself a necklace. I know. Radical. Look at that. That's it. I am surfer all the way now. Look like who, Mike? Look at that. That's all right. That's, what do you think, Ange?
Guest designer, now model. I don't
That's
know,
it, there you go. Yeah, only for the case catalogue though. Other catalogues are available. That's, do you know what, that kind of works though. And I do wear a lot of these blue shirts and these check shirts. Why not? You can, Mike, so feel free. It should be a hair-free area. There you go, see? That's all right. We've all got one. Why did that sound so wrong coming from me? Why was that? Why did that sound so wrong? You've got one, Ange, haven't you?
Got one of what? That's the question.
A neck. A neck. Sorry, Derek, you're more Daz than Surf. Yeah, well, you know, I've never been cool, so I'm not about to start now. But that would work. That would be more Daz than Surf. Whiter than white, you see. £8.95. Right, let's move on. Let's do... Again, a first for me tonight. When Phil said the name of the shape and the gemstone in my ear, I thought, no. You can't mean that combination. You can't mean Peridot bicones. That would be unusual. And it is unusual, and I quite like it. I quite like it. In fact, let me just put that over skin tone for a minute, because that's a big strand, by the way. 30 centimetre strand. Imagine that with the Tsavorite garnet from earlier. If you mix the two together, or maybe a bracelet of each. That's what you do, Angela, quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of one and one of the other.
Absolutely, but they'd also look great in your tree of lives as well, because you've got that different shades.
I've seen little bonsai trees made of Peridot with Peridot leaves.
Yeah.
Leaves. It's not a drama class, Derek. You don't need to be a tree. God, blimey, that take me. I used to remember. I've only just remembered drama classes where you used to pretend to be a tree.
When you was 5 or 6 years old.
Oh no, this was secondary school.
Oh, okay.
It's about my level. Phil, £5.95. That's what? £5.95, Phil. Right, now you know where I'm going to put some of this Peridot, don't you? And if you don't, I'm about to show you, so don't worry. Nothing to worry about here, madam. How about with your tiger's eye calla lilies? Details at the bottom of the screen. How many calla lilies did we say there were? Was it 13? 10. That's right. Yes, it said it on the screen, didn't it? That's right. You're right, Phil. I remember now. Definitely worth getting. Definitely worth getting. There are such wonderful combinations tonight. Do you know? And actually, I sat down with Colin, our MD, last week, recently anyway, and I said one of the things that's quite difficult to do here, and I understand why it is difficult to do, is kind of string shows together that have some kind of gemstone logic to them, because things come in at different rates. We've got different quantities of different things. It's very difficult. I mean, we struggled to put our little tiger's eye showcase together. It was just so happened that the parcel of those 3 strands arrived today. We're just being booked in. Scott, our sales manager, was just literally having his first look at them, and Phil and I swooped like magpies and said, yes, we'll have those, thank you, quick, type them into the system, do what you need to, we'll take those with us at 6 o'clock. It's wonderful. But Peridot and Tiger's Eye is a wonderful combination, actually, and we're just for those of you who haven't seen it so far, these are the new shapes and the strands that we've managed to bring on air tonight. Well, there's 2 of the 3 and the calla lily ones as well. In fact, we'll have a little recap of those, shall we? We'll have a little recap of those. Should we start with the squares, Phil? These are amazing. I'm surprised there are any left, to be honest with you. These are wonderful. Through drilled squares, inch squares. I think we said there were 16 on my strand here of top quality tiger's eye. Incredible. You can see, in fact, you can see more fingerprints than anything at the moment. That's because we've handled these so much tonight. We've just loved them. Everyone's had their hands on these tonight. They are just delicious. But look at the quality of the material. That chatoyancy and the faceting working together there. And also just how chunky monkey they are. Look. They're brilliant. And again, I mean, look, the quality is there all of the way through the strand. Sometimes the chatoyancy runs north-south. Sometimes it's east-west. Sometimes it's, you know, you've got sort of wonderful deep dark stripes that are coming through the centre of the stones. They're amazing. Now, we started tonight as a premiere on the Late Show with 150 strands of these. Dare I ask how dangerously low that's looking now, Phil? Less than 40 available. Less than 40 available. So by the end of the Late Show tonight, I think they will be pretty much gone. Pretty much gone. I just love them. I mean, they're so workable. And for £12.95, that's one pendant you make with one of the 10 of those on your strand. And that's more than your strand price back. Surely it has to be, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, even if you charge £10,
yeah,
you know, that's quids in, isn't it? That's wonderful.
What about for earrings? Are they too big for earrings, do you think, Angela?
No,
or?
not at all. Some people like the big chunky look.
Yeah. What do you think?
No.
Could it work?
Could work, definitely.
Yeah, it could. It wouldn't be too weighty either, to be honest with you. Wouldn't be too weighty. Yeah, that could work. Brilliant. Now, we're not going to have much more chance to recap these tonight, by the way. So if you have got them in your basket, please check them out quickly as you possibly can, because they are awesome. And we've loved ever since these arrived, and they only arrived into the office today. They were going on to a morning show, but we said no, we'll have those now, thank you. Okay. And a shape which I've never seen in tiger's eye. In fact, I've not seen it in many gemstones, actually, that have got a chatoyant nature to them, are these long drops. Now, these are perfect for earrings. These are just perfect for earrings. Aren't they just amazing? I love them. Now, was it 13 of these we said we had? I'm sure 13 came up at some time. Let's try. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Yes, was this strand where you get 13 of these fabulous drops. And just look at how chatoyant they are. Look at how... these are brilliant. You're right, Phil, actually. There is a little essence of almost like a Queen Anne, a well-turned Queen Anne leg on a piece of furniture. Quite right. Very poetic, Phil, when you want to be, aren't you? Very poetic.
You could also put a bead, use a bead and some wire and create an angel. So, so put your head pin in, bead on top, get some wire, create the wings. So it's a great shape for that. Or turn them facing each other, so the narrow end facing each other. Yeah. Space a bead in between and you've got a completely different look.
Yes. You have. that would equally work. I'd make beautiful. Yeah, you could go that way around if you wanted to. Yeah. No, I love the quality of these. I mean, they're brilliant. How many left, Phil? 30 spaces. Again, we started tonight with 150 of these. Now it's just 30. Okay. And are we showing you the calla lilies as well? Yeah, come on, why not? Why not, why not, why not? My favourite. Oh, just get the wire work straight out on these. They are fantastic. I love them. Calla lilies made out of tiger's eye. Aren't they so special? I love these. I would love to meet the people that actually carved them, wouldn't you? The talent that they must have to carve a stone like this, which is so precious. Calla lilies are beautiful. I've got a couple in my garden. I don't think I told you a few weeks ago. One of the supermarkets was selling some small calla lilies, so I've got them planted. But they don't look as good as these do, let me tell you. £8.95. And there's so much character to tiger's eye that we don't always see. You know, sometimes we only see the chatoyancy, but the wonderful depth of tones that tiger's eye has to offer. And how many of these left, Phil, have we got now? Okay, 50 of these left, so these might live to see another day here at JM, but I don't know. I don't know. Well done. Right. Number 3. Moonstone. Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. As a keepsake piece, whoo, I tell you. You can't go wrong with moonstone. You just cannot go wrong. How incredible is that? Flowers?
Yep, yep.
Daisies. I've been making a daisy with those. And I'd have a lovely burst of maybe citrine marquise leaves in the background. Or that Aventurine leaf that we did tonight. Maybe work around something like that.
Absolutely. Or, you know, if you're doing your floral designs, put it with the Tsavorite we had in the earlier hour, or the Peridot.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's such a revered gemstone in India as well. So if you've got any Asian customers, you know, have that available for them.
Yeah.
Lovely.
That is delicious. Do you know, I'd love to see that with some rose gold findings. Do you know what I mean? Just to give it a different twist. Be great with silver findings. You know, you could play it safe with silver findings, but I just wonder whether something rose goldy might just bring something else to the party for that gemstone.
Yeah, I think so. Or even the gold, because it's just going to give it that extra warmth.
Yes, and it will take something from its surroundings as well.
Yeah.
You find that with quite a few gemstones actually, is that if you introduce different colour tones into them, it they take a little bit from it. Like if you set, and I've seen this many times, if you set Peridot with sterling silver and you set it with silver with a gold overlay, the Peridot behaves differently and is viewed differently. Excuse me, while I interrupt myself. Hello, £11.95. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 £10 pendants, £180 worth of revenue potentially. Your cost price £11.95 plus findings or chain or whatever, not a lot more, I think is what I'm saying in essence.
They'd also work beautifully with the calla lilies.
Yeah.
So you could get some of the smaller moonstone and have it coming out as like this. Exactly.
Yes.
There you go.
Like it gave birth to a rainbow moonstone. That would kind of work, wouldn't it? Oh, do you know what? They fit almost perfectly, because obviously the calla lily are through drilled, sorry, not up drilled. You know what I mean? Up drilled. Up drilled, off she rises. You can work a moonstone into that perfectly, can't you? I know that's not the greatest, you know, demonstration of showing you that. I almost need to get some wire and start having a little play. In fact, we should have given you that as a challenge strand, shouldn't we?
I would love that.
Yeah, you'd love to get your hands on that, wouldn't you? Beautiful. Right, okay. Oh, okay. Got to move on. Time and tide waits for no man. So, it's really time for one of these. Tanzanite. I think I might be right in saying that as a jewellery maker, or even as a... See, it's funny, when people buy jewellery, I quite often hear people at shows and things, or events, or if I go into jewellery stores and just have a little look around, and I'm just sort of wandering around in the background, but I quite often hear that people's decision making when it comes to buying a piece of jewellery is, I bought that for my mum, she likes blue. Or, just like the stone, I just like that blue stone. Sometimes they don't even think of the name. It could almost be, you know, the rarest, most expensive thing in the world, and people will describe it as, well, it's just that blue I like. It's funny, isn't it? But I think you, as viewers of JM, know this gemstone very well. And I think in terms of selling this gemstone, because I'm not, technically speaking, I'm not selling you this gemstone. I'm showing you, and if the price isn't right, you won't buy it. So I'm not, in that respect, I'm not selling it to you because I can't determine the price. All I can do is tell you the price that has been preset by someone else. But I think when it comes to you, if you are, and it's great with Angela here tonight as well, because if you are starting a jewellery-based business, I think this is the gemstone that you can probably tell your customers more about than almost any other. Because there are so many hooks to hang your hat on, in terms of the Tanzanite story, and I do hear, and it does annoy me sometimes elsewhere, when people come out with these ridiculous statistics and, you know, and tell you that there'll be none around next week and everything else. It makes me angry because, you know, because there is a genuine rarity and there's a genuine story. You don't need to flower and flower and flower it and make it bigger than it is, because the story on its own in the gemstone world, found so recently, only one location, not a lot of it, the value's in the colour, except that's enough. There's a row of coat hooks to put your hat on straight away, isn't it? I think it's one that you can talk to your customers about very, very easily. And I do think that, excuse me, even compared to 5 years ago, it's one that so many more people have heard of. I mean, if you'd have said Tanzanite in a craft fair 10 years ago, Angela, people would have gone, what? Yeah. Have you made that up? Have you invented a gemstone? But now people are really getting to know Tanzanite, aren't they? Yeah,
definitely. And you know, my brother, for example, he is not in any shape or form into gemstones, but he was recently on a cruise, and I mentioned this the other night on the cruise show, but he was recently on a cruise and bought some Tanzanite. It was the tiniest dot in a ring, and he bought it, one, because the colour was, you know, really like that, and secondly, it was his birthstone, you know, and when he told me the price, I could have thrown him overboard.
Did he buy a piece for himself?
Yeah, he bought it for himself.
So, a ring for himself?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, I've not seen it on many cruise ships, gents pieces. Go on then, go on. As somebody who one sells gemstones here and two sells cruise holidays elsewhere, how much did he pay ish?
It was 4 figures.
For a dot of Tanzanite?
Yeah, dot of Tanzanite. I mean, it was white gold. Yeah. But even so, it was...
I'd want a lot of white gold for 4 figures.
Yeah, well, it was just a regular band with a dot of Tanzanite.
Really?
You know, but...
I think I know the kind of thing you mean.
Yeah, you know, and I'm kind of like, you know, you should have talked to me first. I would have pointed you in the right direction. But the thing is, you know, he knew Tanzanite, whereas a couple of years ago, he would never have known what it was.
Okay, Phil says, would you like to rearrange some of those numbers in that price we just showed? Yeah, I thought you were going to say that. Wouldn't be showing your brother this YouTube video, Ange. Really? He might, yes. He might swim back out to the ship and get a refund.
Yeah, might do, yeah. Yeah.
Where was his cruise? Anywhere?
Caribbean.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Lovely Caribbean. It's just where we always want to be, isn't it? You can pay a lot of money for Tanzanite in the Caribbean, as anyone who's been on a cruise holiday will know. I mean, the Caribbean is beautiful, wonderful, of course, wonderful place in the world. There's a lot of shopping to be had. It's very shopping focused, the Caribbean, isn't it? My advice to you if you go to the Caribbean is fight your way past all of that and go and see the real Caribbean.
Yeah.
Go and have some real rum. Go and walk the beaches, bypass the shopping, and okay,
definitely.
yeah, do a bit on the way out, but you know, don't be pressured into it. Go and find something fabulous. Look at all of that Tanzanite for $12.95. And again, you've got a conversation to have with your customers when you're selling it to them. Tell them about Angie's brother. And you think of her association with gemstones, and her brother spent 4 figures. Amazing. Yeah. Back with you in 3 minutes.
Did you know, no matter how many times you purchase with Jewellery Maker in the same day, you'll only be charged one fee of postage and packaging. Select our standard delivery for just £2.95, or if you'd like to receive your goods sooner, upgrade to our premium option for £4.95. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend with us £4.95, you will get a free welcome pack. That welcome pack will give you pretty much everything you need to get started. From a manual, which will help you to familiarise yourself with all of the items that you're going to be creating and all of the products that you need, including tools and findings and threads. You'll also get a DVD and step-by-step project cards. These cards and the DVD will give you the chance to be able to create a wonderful arrangement of different items of jewellery. Plus, you'll also get a free 3-pack of tools. These will be everything you need to get started. So, getting started with the Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. So why not give it a go today? Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
The Jewellery Maker phone is free from a UK landline, so call us today to place your order.
Buying with Jewellery Maker online couldn't be easier. Just head over to our website, JewelleryMaker.com, and click on the register link. Simply fill in the required fields and you can shop 24/7. You'll also be privy to a faster checkout and personalised offers. Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Order from us today at www.jewellerymaker.com.
At Jewellery Maker, we are always looking at ways to provide you with a fantastic shopping experience. With this in mind, we'd like to welcome you to our new pre-order option. Selected items throughout the day will be put on display and made available for pre-order. When the presenter informs you that the pre-order service is available on an item, this is your chance to pop it into your online basket or speak to one of our brilliant call centre team members and be one of the first to secure your purchase.
Welcome to Jewellery Maker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and the Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker.
No, 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 no. I refuse to believe it's 9 o'clock. It cannot be. It cannot be 9 o'clock. Can it? Angela, it cannot be 9 o'clock.
Where has it gone? It's...
We only walked in 10 minutes ago, didn't we?
No, we did.
Good Lord, right, okay, we've got an hour to go. So, let's make it count. We've got lots to come and some brilliant, brilliant deals. So let's start with a little star buy. And it's Chrysocolla. We love Chrysocolla. It's got an amazing colour palette to it. It's wonderful. It's like otherworldly. They're like mini planets. Or you going up to the ISS. I saw the ISS go over the other day, actually. It's funny, isn't it, when you spot it and you watch it and it disappears. And this is the kind of view that the ISS has when it's looking down on the Earth. Little tiny, fragile Earth. How tiny it must look from being all the way up there. Would you ever go, Ange? To the International Space Station?
Oh, probably
just
not.
a week?
No.
Me too.
I prefer to be on the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah.
Nice cruise,
Be on
because
the
I was swapping
cruise.
for a nice cruise.
Yeah.
Give me a cruise to the Caribbean, never mind going up into space.
You get
Look
those
at
colours in the
these.
Caribbean as well, the Caribbean Sea.
True, absolutely true. I love the colours. Some of them are almost like if you could get beads of amethyst. You've got similar kind of, colour plays going on in some of these. This is one of the best examples of this gemstone I have seen. I love it when we have it in rounds because you really do get to see its entire personality. You get to see the reds and the oranges. Have another little journey across there because, I mean, there really are some fiery sort of ember tones. Come here, look at that. That is awesome. I mean, real sort of flaming embers in some of those colours and then leaping up beyond the sort of turquoise tones. Look at that one there. It's just come into vision. Jeepers creepers, this one here is just off the scale. Worth having for the entire strand. Right, there are only 24 available, did you say, Phil? 13? Don't let that be unlucky for you. It comes from the Congo. Do you know, I never did know that. I never did know that. It comes from the Congo. $27.95. I tell you what, that's one of the best quality strands of this gemstone I have ever seen. It's one of those gemstones that you may feel of recent late that you might have seen quite a few strands of, but it will be one of those. And I think if you cast your mind back, however long you've been dealing with gemstones, it'll be one of those that suddenly, puff of smoke, gone. Goodbye, Chrysocolla. It was fun while we knew you. It's happened to so many gemstones over the year. Do you mind if I just make myself a quick bracelet? Because you know what, I might have this myself. Because of those colour tones, and it goes really well with the colours that I'm wearing today, actually. Because of those colour tones of reds and oranges, which I have to say I have never seen in Chrysocolla before, I quite like that strand. I really like that strand, and there's enough on there to make a nice, generous bracelet for me. In fact, I even need to nip it in a little bit, I think. Keep a couple of beads just for having. $27.95, there's only 13 of those. Wow. Right, here's something, and here's, again, something I have never seen before, but it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense to me. storage solutions that are a little bit like a well-known sweetie that we've all known over the years in various flavours. They are little flip-top boxes. They are little flip-top boxes which lock down securely, and then you can pop them back up again. And these are for keeping your seed beads or findings or jump rings or whatever it may be, and then you can dispense them in smaller quantities, you know, like we did with those well-known sweeties that are still around there. How many do we get? 20 of them. How attractive would this look as well? I'm just thinking sideways again. If when you're doing a craft fair, while you're waiting for your customers to speak to them and everything else, you're doing a little bit of making, I'm guessing, while you're there as well, because I think that's quite nice. It's quite a nice way to draw people in if you're doing a little bit of making and demonstrating how you do what you do. If you had your nice little selection of, it could be findings, it could be seed beads. In fact, actually, this might be a little bit of merchandising too, potentially. Could it be, Angela?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it could be, you know, that you've got your bracelets or your earrings or your necklaces, and, you know, like if you've used chains, sometimes it can get a bit tangled and you don't want it going with other pieces, and having them individually in their little boxes are perfect.
Yes, lots of potential, I'm thinking. Lots of potential there. Again, especially if you're working with, and I always have to be a bit careful if we've got an item which is lots and lots of little findings, and I think, oh, actually, I don't really want to tip those all over the desk. As we started with some silver spacers tonight, actually, if you've got them in something like this, you can see clearly what they are, but then you can dispense just sort of small amounts if you need to. Look at that. It's like a little mime that I'm doing there, but you know what I'm doing. Did you see them coming out, my little invisible spacer beads there? £6.95, brilliant for your seed beads. Really good for your seed beads. Because I guess actually with your needles, because your needles for seed beading are quite long, I guess you could sort of almost tip it sideways and put the needle in there and pick some seed beads up as you're kind of going in. It's another mime, this. I'm putting a needle in and picking up some seed beads at the same time.
Of course. I mean, I've got like my little packets here.
Yeah.
And sometimes they are really fiddly to open.
Yeah.
So having, you know, your findings and then separating them all out, easy. And also, because it's clear, no problem finding exactly what you want. So great for storage around the home, but perfect for doing your craft fairs, doing your parties, doing your consultations, if you do commissions. You know, it makes you look really professional if you're all organised.
I like it. I would like some of these. At home, I'm completely, everything is in its place. And I could think of lots and lots of different things to do. Not necessarily DIY things, Mike. Mike's thinking nuts and screws and things like that. No, I'm thinking food ingredients, vanilla pods, you know, peppercorns, things like that. Just a bit more attractive way of showing them. You could have a really nice little display going on, couldn't you, of your, you know, fennel and cinnamon sticks and cloves and things like that. I could definitely. And again, anything that's powdered, then you know, again, you can just dispense it in smaller quantities. This time it's pepper. I liked that. I liked my mimes even more. So £6.95 to get hold of those. Brilliant. Love those. Good idea. Right. Time for some last chance on some. There they are. Look, staring at me. Some nylon pliers. Oh, these are brilliant. I'll get these out actually because all of these things look better out of the box than in. So these are brilliant. They are your nylon jaw pliers. They are brilliant. And Phil says they are nylon impossible to get hold of. Dearie me. Just can't get the producers these days, you see. It's all that's left. It's all that's left. Look at this. Really, really good. If you are bringing pieces together and you just want to protect the wire or the plate or whatever you're working with, these are fantastic. Very low quantity though, I'm afraid. You're going to have to be very, very quick. There are only 15 left. Sorry, make that 10. £4.95, Phil. And these aren't like sort of Diddy half-size travel ones. These are the full McCoy.
I think it's essential if you're a wire worker.
Yeah.
Because, you know, sometimes when you're working with your wire, you might have like put a kink in the wrong place or whatever. You just run it through your jewel pliers and it'll just take the kinks out, straighten it out beautifully.
That's brilliant. Actually, I'm going to show you because, sorry, I'm just going to disappear for a second. There's some wire down here on the floor at the back there. And what, second? Oh, FIFA reviews. Should have got these ages ago, a must, says Fiona in Dumfries and Galloway, one of my favourite parts of the world. So if you've got some wire and you've got, you know, and you've deliberately put some kinks in it. Listen, I'm not an experienced wire worker at all, but all you have to do is get hold of the wire between the jaws and then just draw it through. And again, that's done, well, that's not bad for a beginner, is it? And that wire is almost ready to, you know, to work with again, to get your bail makers in or whatever you want to. But again, I haven't damaged the integrity of the wire or the shape of the wire there. All I've done is just gently eased out the bends and the kinks there, just drawing it along. But again, it's not changed the round nature of that wire, and I can carry on working with that. I presume that was the start of a wire worked ring from maybe an earlier demonstration. But they're really, really good because, again, there's not many other ways of doing that either, is there? And also, if you need to nip something in, but you don't want to, you know, if you've done a lovely tight gizmo coil with some 0.25 around some 0.6, and you just want to pinch that in for any reason, but you don't want to change the design, you're happy with it, that's quite a good way of just tightening things up, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes if you're using, depending on your design and you want a really good finish, you don't want your pliers marking your wire in any way, so these are perfect.
And you know, I was being extra careful with those because I was thinking, right, be careful, Derek, because you haven't done this before. But actually, you can really
whiz it through.
You can really, you know, get that, and you can really clamp it quite tightly. And the more tight, almost, the better the job that it actually does. I mean, that's brilliant. And that was quite sort of bent up before. And I was quite rough and tumble with that. And they're going to come back for more and more and more because, of course, I'm thinking of nylon being softer than it is, but it's not. It's tough as old boots, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So you can just go straight through.
Definitely. So, you know, just think of all the wire that you're going to save. Because sometimes if you're making, you know, and you've cut your piece too short or you've gone wrong, as in that piece, you can just straighten it out, run it through, reuse it. So it's your money saving as well.
Oh, I've been corrected on my spices. Kim again. It's better to keep things like spices away from the light. They keep better. Oh, no, you're right, Kim. You're absolutely right. I would store them in a darkish place, but then I'd be able to see what was in each one of them, I think. Got these the other day and I love them. Don't know how I managed before. Makes my coils and spirals a lot neater now. Oh, let's try a little. Oh, okay. So you can create. Yes, I suppose. Yes, you can almost create. Oh, yeah, I've created that. There you go. But also, if I want to reverse that, again, all I've got to do, and this is really great. It's quite therapeutic actually when you get going. You can just keep going, and actually, it doesn't take many passes at all. And I'm actually putting quite a bit of effort in there. I'm probably going a bit too much. Maybe I don't need to. And you work round the wire as well, just to keep it rounded.
Yeah, you could do. You
know. I need to move on. Sorry, need to move on. Sorry.
No, that's fine. No, I was just going to say that, you know, if you've got several pieces, you know, you can also just, in terms of your finish, just press them together to give a nice flattened look. Great finish on using those.
Love that. Really enjoyed that. It's nice to get down with the tools. Yes, I do. Tiger's eye, tiger's eye. Got to have a recap because these are all going tonight. These are all going tonight. Remember, we've been saying this all night long. Beautiful, huge, amazing quality, brand new today, premiere at 6:30 tonight. I know I keep showing you these, and if you've been with me right the way from the beginning, bless you. But I just want to show those people that are just passing through tonight here at JM, because, you know, again, you know, if these go to the morning show, 2 minutes and they'll all be gone. We started with 150 tonight. We're now looking less than 50 chances available. to get something brand new, a premiere in Tiger's Eye. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 great big 1-inch squares of brilliant quality Tiger's Eye, which has been amazingly shaped and faceted for you. These are awesome. For $12.95, it's ridiculous. We think the return on one would more than amply cover the cost of your entire strand in a very, very simple design. We don't have any big, chunky, you know, we don't have as many into the business, big, chunky pieces of Tiger's Eye in the way that maybe we did in years gone by. But that is, I mean, they're awesome. Look, that's awesome strand. It really is just beautiful. Just for collecting, just for having. It's wonderful. Right, and so I'll leave those with you because they're now very low in stock. In fact, if you're watching the morning repeat, I'd be doubtful as to whether there'll be any available by 8 AM this morning. Who's on the morning? Tomorrow stroke this morning. Oh, shall I have a little look? I even know how to do it now, Phil. Channel info and show guide. And then you choose. Oh, double day tomorrow. Oh, okay. Tomorrow is collaboration day, so you have 2 guest designers per show. So you've got Mark Smith and Katie with Elle in the morning. Gemma and Hayley are on the mid with Hannah. And Deb and Vicky are on the late show with Zena. That's going to be a full-on day.
That's going to be fun.
That's going to be a full-on fun day. That's going to be brilliant. Yeah, I can watch a bit in the evening. I'm elsewhere during the day, but I'm going to definitely catch a bit of that. Now we've got some Biwa pearls for you. I can't believe that price has just come in unannounced. I mean, hello. Because you know one of these is a sufficient size to kind of shine on its own beautifully. You love pearls, don't you, Angela?
I do. Pearls alongside Ethiopian opal are my favourite gems. I absolutely love them. But, you know, as I was looking at that strand, it reminded me, I was at a craft fair a couple of years ago, and there was a lady, and she was selling one set in sterling silver as a pendant or as a ring, and her prices were starting like from £45 upwards. And I thought it was a really good price for the sterling silver alone, but the Biwa pearl is really what caught my attention. It was stunning.
Do you know as well, it's funny because if that price was a high street retail price at £40–45 for something like that, you wouldn't find it outrageous.
No.
And I think when you're at a craft event, when you're seeing the work and you're possibly having a conversation with the person that created that piece of jewellery, I think actually you would be prepared to spend that little bit more, if anything, you know. And it's not about being greedy. It's actually about factoring in your time to the make. Remember, because that your time is important as well. It needs to be factored in. There's no point, you know, you aren't literally selling for fun. You won't be able to afford to. You will run dry very quickly. You'll end up spending more on materials than you're ever bringing back in to carry on doing what you love doing. You know, there's no point in doing this as a business if you are literally going to charge your customers what it costs you, because you will run dry. The riverbed will just run dry completely and you'll grind to a halt. And you'll find it a very unrewarding experience because you really won't have anything apart from your love of making to show for it at the end. So you've got to make some profit. You've got to make some profit because that's what keeps you in materials to carry on going. So don't think of it as, you know, personal greed or anything like that. It's about, you know, one, the price of a piece of jewellery is the price that someone is prepared to pay for it, but factor in your time and your love that goes into it as well. Oh yeah, sorry. Do you know what? I'm sitting here like it doesn't matter. It's time to go and see. It's time to go and see what we need to go and see. Right, go and take the gadget, take the cup of tea. Have I got everything with me that I need? Yeah, I think so. I'll take it all anyway. I'll take it all. Let's go. It's time for our second kit. Sorry, Angela, I've been rabbiting away for hours and hours and hours there, forgetting we had another kit to do. Right, here we are. This one is called, I want to turn the words around because I want to call it Everlasting Love, because that was an amazing song by Love Affair. Yes, that's the one, Mike. Open up your eyes, then you realise, etc., etc. So we have Love Everlasting as our second kit tonight. This is a beaut. This is a real beaut. It's perfect for today. It's perfect for Keepsake's Day because this is brilliant. For anyone who has never started making yet, you've pretty much got everything that you need to get you going here. If it's your first order, remember you've got the welcome pack which has the tools on it, which in it 3 pairs of pliers which will get you going completely and utterly. So let's start with the gemstones then, shall we? We've got all sorts going on here. I love this. You've got wonderful square slices of beautiful rose quartz. These are, aren't they? Plain squares, 80 carats, 4 to 7mm, and then you've got your 2 further rose quartz strands. You've got an 8mm round strand, which is the larger ones here, aren't they? Clear and ethereal. And you've got the 4mm rounds as well. You've also got a strand of angelite. Now, angelite is such a beautiful gemstone, so soft, so ethereal, so collectible, and you only have to say the name and it conjures up something that means something. Something that means something. And I know it's a stone that you really like working with, Angela. Quickly, let me show you the rest of the kit and then we'll get going. You've got the essential beading kit, which of course is your monofilament, your elastic and your beading thread, which is brilliant. And you've also got the 150 piece sterling silver plated findings pack, which comes in an organza bag. There's so much there. You've got a metre of chain, you've got your crimps and your crimp covers and your crimp beads and your jump rings and your bolt ring clasps and your shepherd's hook and your head pins and your featherweight fed pins, your featherweight head pins, something like that anyway, and a whole metre of beautiful silver plated chain. It's pretty much your go-to kit, this one. For anyone like me, if maybe you have not yet embarked on your first kit, this could easily be it. This could easily be it. And your pink and blue, you know where that takes your mind. So, here are some of the pieces that Angela has created. Love it, I love that. Almost like a lovely helter-skelter of soft, gorgeous pastels. That's wonderful, isn't it, with the earrings? There you go. With those square slices, just beautiful. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Let's have a look at this bracelet as well. I love the half and half that you've done here.
Yeah, I'm going to demo that one.
When 2 become 1.
Yep.
I love it. That's a nice theme through that range. Now, did you have a little picture frame for this range as well? Did you have a photo frame for this range?
I did.
What would you call it? What did you call it? Should I say? Did we leave it in the office?
I left it at home. I bought my picture frame, but I put the wrong...
Oh, the wrong insert.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But again,
what did you call it, though?
I
Can't remember.
Can't remember, you know.
Well, let's go to our second go-to, which is Angela. Very kindly, we asked Angela. We almost, you know, as a challenge, as our business guru, experienced in prices or retail prices that pieces do sell for. She's given us some price ranges here. So the flow necklace. This is the lovely, as I've described it, the beautiful, romantic, helter-skelter. This very much the seahorse, seaside kind of image I'm conjuring up for that one. Somewhere between £35 and £45, Angela, is suggested as a selling retail price for that. Again, this is all with disclaimers depending on where you are and what your audience is and the context and everything else. The earrings there, the square drop earrings, anywhere really, and you've given quite a broad sweep here actually, which is quite good, anywhere between £5 and £15, which I don't think at all is outrageous. Very, very conservative indeed. The bracelet that we've got here, is this the bypass bracelet?
Yes, the bypass.
Yeah, this is the bypass, so the half and half, the angelite and the rose quartz there. anywhere between 18 and 30 pounds. Angela is suggesting, and these are only suggestions, they're not set in stone, that's down to you as somebody going into business. And the other bracelet on the far side there, which I love, with the real structure of the square slices of the rose quartz, you have said anywhere between 12 and 30 pounds, which I love.
Yeah.
The drop earrings between 5 and 15. Yeah, I mean, not outrageous at all.
No, not at all. I mean, you know, I was looking at this kit from two different perspectives, and I'm sure there's lots more, but I was looking at it from, you know, you've got the beautiful, absolutely stunning rose quartz, and it's so synonymous with love. Yeah, everybody knows rose quartz for love. And so, again, perfect for your keepsakes. And angelite, again, very, very rare. But again, if you're into your healing gemstones, then this kit is perfect for that. All those beliefs around the healing beliefs, all that, you know, the love and all of that sentiment is perfect. And the other area I was looking at this is for, and you know, if you've seen me on shows before, you'll know that this is an area that I absolutely love, is the niche area of mums with babies, you know, and that's why I did the bypass piece for, you know, mums with, you know, boys and girls. Yeah. You know, just perfect.
That is delicious, that bracelet. It's wonderful. I just love it.
Yeah.
Just adore that bracelet. It's got a lot going for it. New arrivals, I don't know why, but it just feels like almost like everybody I know at the moment, or babies arriving just left, right and centre at the moment.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's amazing. It really is. It's beautiful. Right. What price would you be prepared to pay for this kit, would be my first question to you. And I don't think it was probably there. £27.95. Now, it's very, very popular already. I'm not surprised, just for the gemstones alone. Even if the findings pack for you is simply topping up your stash. And for the essential beading pack, of course, that allows you to very, very simply restrand, maybe, you know, even the new tiger's eye strands that you bought from us tonight. An easy way of just restranding strands that you have bought already. It's phenomenal. I love it for, I would say, realistically speaking, I think the two largest strands of the rose quartz, for me, kind of does the £27.95 in the real world. I don't mean the JM world, because you know what we do here, but for me in the real world, I think I would struggle to get you those two strands if you gave me £27.95. So I think that's great. I really do. Seriously, it's really, really good. And you're agreeing it's already proving very, very popular indeed. I'm not surprised with the addition of the angelite as well. It really does. It mixes in that lovely blue. And of course now, I think you're right about the new beginnings pieces for new mums, for new parents. Mix the blue and the pink in together, even if it's you know, just a boy.
Yeah.
Do you know, if they just had one boy or one girl, conversely, you're not leaning too far one way or the other. It might be that you know their colour preference, but I think, you know, that's a nice neutral way of saying, here's something beautifully made with love.
And if you're giving it to a new mum who's just had a baby, that is something that she's going to keep, always going to keep, because it's going to remind her of that special day.
Yeah, it will go in the memory box, won't it, with all the first tooth, first lock of hair, here's the photo album of da-da-da-da-da, here's the silver christening presents, la-la-la-la. And when it comes to that as well, I think people really do struggle when it comes to christenings, because everyone buys the obvious, don't they? They run out to the jeweller and they buy the silver dummy or the silver da-da-da-da-da-da-da, insert name here of, you know, predictable things, which is fine and it all means the same, but it means that there are several people all turning up to the same christening and they're going, oh, that's lovely, thank you so much, you shouldn't, I'll just put it with the other 5. Do you know what I mean? It becomes less special. I think if you make something yourself, of course, you know, it always means more, doesn't it?
And I also love the squares in the rose quartz as well.
They are just yum, yum, yum.
It's such a strong shape, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're so used to the rounds, which are gorgeous, but
Yeah.
this is such a gorgeous, strong shape, unusual strong shape. And for me, it just speaks so much volumes. It's
Yeah.
very contemporary,
Yeah.
very classic, very commercial. It's lovely, and that's why I've used them in the bracelet and the earrings, because I think that it's such a strong shape. It stands alone, doesn't it? And it's unisex
I
as
think
well.
you're right, because rose quartz, I mean, even when you say rose quartz, you find yourself quietening your voice. Rose quartz, very delicate, very soft, and it is in a lot of senses, but it seems a very gentle gemstone, like it needs to be cuddled and caressed. And actually, that shape just gives it a real identity of its own.
And don't think that the rose quartz, the pinks, are just for the ladies, because I know I've got a friend of mine and he's looking for love and he's had some issues in his life and he wears his rose quartz. He loves it. So again, it's the whole kit is unisex. So, you know, perfect all-rounder.
Alrighty, are you showing us the bypass?
I am, yes.
Oh, fantastic. Yes. I love it. I love this design. Again, really, really sweet and very universal. That could be bridal, that could be new arrivals, that could be, you know, just fun for the summer jewellery.
Yeah, and it's a great technique that I'm going to show you. It's very, very, very easy to get that really great formation.
Let's do it.
So I've just started my piece in the usual way with my 2 strands of beading thread and popped a crimp bead on the end. And now I'm just going to secure it in my macrame board with both strands. I've got an itchy nose now.
Have you?
Yeah,
You
I think
too.
it's infectious.
Have I passed it on to you?
Yeah, I think you have, Derek.
Well, I wonder what that's all about.
So I've taken one of my...
I'm happy to share.
Oh,
there you go,
yeah,
see?
great stuff. Right, so I've taken one of my smaller rose quartz and I'm just stranding it onto the 2 strands of beading thread, so that just sits right at the top up there. Then I'm going to separate my 2 strands, and what I did at home, I just marked the end of the one strand with a felt tip pen, so I know which strand I'm working with and which is going to go on which.
Yep.
So I'll try and get that right for you tonight. So on the one strand, I'm just going to thread on 5 of my rose quartz, like so. Again, the drill holes in these, considering that they are small beads, are great. I'm just struggling a bit because of the brightness of the lights, but when you're at home in, you know, your regular light, the bead holes, the drill holes are absolutely fine. So I'm going to just thread on 5, like so. I'm just going to push that right to the top, like so. Then on my opposite strand, I'm going to thread on again 5 of my angelite. And this angelite, I mean, for me, there's no other gemstone that looks like angelite. It's that milky, soft, gentle blue. And you know, when I look at angelite, it's just so calming, it's so relaxing. It is very much that baby boy blue colour, which is gorgeous. So I know that there is a lot of myths and legends around angelite. So, you know, do research it. And when you're having your pieces on display for sale, do let your customers know the myths and legends around that gemstone as well. So now we've got our 5 beads on, and then very simply, we're going to take another angelite and we're going to put it on the 2 strands. So thread our 2 strands through it, and again, push that right up to the top. Okay, so you can start to see that pattern is starting to form.
Ah.
Okay, Then again, we separate out our strands, and on the strand that we were running with our rose quartz, we're going to strand on another 5 beads. Sorry, it's taken me a little bit of time because of the light in here. I mean, these lights are great, but can be a little bit awkward when you're trying to strand at speed. But when you get these home, you won't have any problems in stranding yours on. So we're going to pop on 5, push them right up, and then again on the opposite strand, we're going to thread on 5 of the angelite. And it's just that simple process that we're going to do. Now, you can just continue on like this, or if you choose, which is what I've done, is I've put a spacer, spacer bead to punctuate.
From the findings kit?
From the findings kit. So you can do that if you choose, but you don't have to because your pattern is going to form anyway. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th one. Just push them together. You see our pattern is forming beautifully. And then now we're going to strand on another rose quartz.
And that just brings it back together.
And it brings it all together.
Love it.
And that's what you would just continue to do that all the way through to create your necklace, your bracelet, or you could even use that. That'd be a lovely earring. So, you know,
yeah, it would actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you just separate your strands.
And away you go.
Yeah. 5 on the angelite, 5 on the rose quartz, and then 1 bead to bring them back together.
And again, what did we say on this one for ish selling price? I can't remember on this one. Let me have a little look. Bypass bracelet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bypass bracelet. Let me get my price list. Probably worth taking if you are selling. Probably worth you knowing and have planned that out beforehand, because I think it's probably nothing worse than someone pitching up and saying, "Excuse me, how much are you asking for this?" And you kind of go, "Oh, now what?" Bracelet, bypass bracelet, anywhere between 18 and £30, which I think is fantastic. It's beautifully finished off as well, with a little bit of extender and the chain at the back, and some more at the rose quartz as well. I love that. Easily, you'd pay that for somebody for £30. I love it.
So, you know, so you can start to see your wave is starting to form. Very, very simple, but very effective in terms of the finish that you're going to get.
I love it. And kit is very, very popular indeed. So while you do that, thank you, because that's a fantastic demonstration, actually. You and I must run. We've got some important business to do with one of these. Alrighty, I think I found one of my first designs with beads to play with. An essential beading kit, that's what I need, and 2 different strands, and create my own Tales of the Unexpected kind of thing going on there. I liked that. Time for a star buy now. We were talking about tourmaline earlier, weren't we? And I was saying that green tourmaline, very, 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 very rare indeed. We do have a little bit of green tourmaline on this multicoloured strand of 30 carats. But remember he's saying to you earlier that your Tsavorite garnet was possibly, you know, even rarer than some of the very, very rare sort of green tourmaline that comes from Nigeria, which is just awesome, off the scale. This is African tourmaline, so you're getting everything across the scale here. It's such a delicious... I mean, if you were making, if you wanted to create like a Monet painting of abstract florals, then this one strand alone is going to give you so much. If you think of flower colours and you think of the colours that are travelling along there right now, I mean, just awesome. It's, of course, tourmaline, the rarest varieties of tourmaline, as you know, of course, are your Peridot tourmaline and your indicolite blue, which is that deep kind of, in fact, very close to the colours as far as I can see, unless that's a black tourmaline. Let's just take maybe a closer squiz just at the end there. And I'm not sure, are they slightly more black than blue? Yes, they probably are, actually. Do we have any that are blue along the strand? Let's have a little look. There are some wonderful colours going on all of the way through this strand. It's really rare to see black tourmaline, actually, to be honest with you. And again, you'd think, well, you know, black, so what? Lots of black gemstones, but there's something about, you know, the luster that, if you look at the combined luster of all of those different colours in that section, for instance, you're pretty much going through the rainbow one way or the other there, aren't you? You've got, you know, caramel and honey and yellows and pinks and all sorts going on in the blacks. If you want the same level of luster and surface reflection from the stones, then actually you need to stick with the same gemstone. You know, a black spinel in the middle of something like that might just not look balanced, might just not look right. It might not have the same level of luminosity. Beautiful. Now, I happen to know that we do, I mean, these are rare gemstones, let's make no bones about it, and they are wonderful. Anyone that ever has purchased tourmaline from us knows that, again, it is just tip-top quality and creates really, really satisfying pieces. Do you know, it's really, really strange. It happens so often here that sometimes I look at a strand on my monitor screen and I'll just think, I want to make a bracelet out of that for me. And it shouldn't be right. But at the size of the gemstones are, it just works. So, and you were saying earlier as well, think in a unisex manner. And actually, do you know what? If you'd have said to me, I'm going to buy you a multi-tourmaline bracelet for my birthday, I'd say, oh no, please don't, because it just won't be right for me. But actually, just putting that strand around my wrist, that's I mean, that's awesome already at 1995. Sorry, Angela, it's about to go again. Oh, don't look. It's probably best not to look. I mean, obviously you can look, but it's probably best that I don't. Right, director Mike's not looking, and that's a really bad thing when he's not looking. He's just looking at me. I'm trying to not look. I can see a mirror image of myself, so I can see that it says Jewellery Maker up there, and that's the J. I can see that. I can see a lovely text message. Let's look at that instead. I've just done half a dozen pieces with rainbow tourmaline. They go so well with white pearls and copper, says Joanna. Yes, copper. I wonder. You know, we've been thinking about this all night. The stamen for our tiger's eye, calla lilies. I think tourmaline might work. That does work, doesn't it? Really, really well. Like it. So grab the tourmaline while you can. Oh, it's like going down the rainbow then, wasn't it? I'd recommend Angela's course to everyone who wants to see. I did it last year and now I'm selling, but doing it the right way. Oh. Love to you, Ange, says Wendy.
Oh, Wendy guest designer.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Wendy is the most beautiful collection of jewellery, and I know she sent me photos of her very first craft fair, and I know she did really, really well. Yeah. So loads of love to you, Wendy.
Yeah, I mean, and there are many other success stories as well. I mean, Angela, you hear from people all the time who've been into the course and, you know, brilliant, that's it. You just set me off in the right direction. It's not any one thing necessarily, is it? It's just being able to talk to somebody one-on-one and say, actually, these are my concerns, these are my fears or worries or whatever it might be. Which number, Phil, sorry? 9. I think that's lovely. It's to have your own kind of guru on hand, giving a small select group of you, you know, really, really good sort of tuition, advice, pointing in the right direction, having fun. Okay, amethyst and ametrine together on one strand this time. There are some real contrasting shades here, aren't there? Some are very citrine, some are very amethysty, some are very sort of grape purple. And you've got some which we would describe as a sort of a Rose de France kind of tone. Look at those! Some look like imperial topaz, or how imperial topaz should look. Wow. No, don't fall off. It's a long way down there. It's a long way down. Oh yes, yeah, I remember hearing about the famous falling off the chair. In fact, well, didn't that go to All Right on the Night? I'm sure it was on one of those kind of shows, wasn't it? The night Ali went for a Burton. $4.95. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Look at those colour tones. They are beautiful. And to have so much, I mean, so much variety with that quartz tone is superb. £4.95, and it's a big strand as well. Big strand for next to nothing. Silly. Silly. Think about your keepsakes. Amethyst, people love. You know, in some places it's deep as it can possibly be. Zambian amethyst purple. Some of them are icy and glacial. I love it. Take it and run. Take it and run. It's a ridiculous price tag. Just be quick. Well done. Kathleen in Alaska. Maggie in Surrey, well done. Kath in Pembrokeshire, congratulations to you. Donna in Glamorgan, collector in the West Midlands. Dell in South Yorkshire, well done. Elizabeth in Lancashire, congratulations to you. Go. Hit the phone lines. If you haven't been there yet, do it now. Maybe this opens your order today. Remember, you can go on buying all the way through until 11:59 and 59 seconds, and it's only 1 PMP per day here at JM. If you think of all the things, all the tools that have been on offer today, some of the tools, I mean, I've sold the stamping kit here with the great big, you know, 4-6 pound hammer as part of it, and the steel block and all the letters and the plates and the numbers and everything else. That weighs a lot. And we still send it out at £2.95 postage. So if you ordered, I don't know, 50 strands in a day and 5 tools, we would still send it out for £2.95, not a penny more. Life is like photography. You need the negatives to develop. Oh, I like that. You need the negatives to develop. Yes, that's very true. That's very true. Very philosophical, aren't we tonight? Very philosophical. That's a word that you shouldn't try saying too many times in a row. Beautiful. 15 next, which is aqua marine. 15. There it is. Now this is the same size strand. This is the same size strand as we had in the Labradorite and the Garnet earlier. Oh, love it. Love it. How much would you pay for this in the Caribbean? And this is... Oh. And Phil, I don't want to tell them what I saw this morning, do I? I don't want to tell them that. No, I can't say it. No, it's too close to home. $5.95. $5.95. That is ridiculous. This is aquamarine. The colour of the sea. Oh, there are only 8 left. Oh, sorry, he hadn't just told me. Sorry. I said he there. I didn't even say Phil. Sorry, Phil. Okay. Phil, can I put in a request? No? Well, yes, and 16. Oh, it is lovely though. Got to do it. He says we haven't really got time because we've got lots to do, but I'm allowed to just do a little. Look at this. Now, Angela, for Keepsake, there is not a gemstone for me personally that says Keepsake like Love Forever, like Opal.
Oh, I just love it. Totally, utterly love it. I think it's just the most incredible, mesmerising strand. I sit at home with my bracelet, just sitting, getting lost looking at it for hours. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. I've got, I don't have any, I do have some opal cufflinks that I daren't wear. I must one day, but I almost daren't wear them. And I've got some opal rough from a place called Mintabi in Australia, which was the first location really to bring out a deposit of opal that was sort of semi-translucent. In fact, it used to be described as, and if you can get hold of it still, is described as jelly opal. But yes, sadly no more coming out in any kind of quantities from there, unless you've got very, very deep pockets. And I mean, you know, Dubai kind of pockets. Do you know what I mean? I'm just going to pop this over my hand as well, so we get a different view of its sheer beauty. I lose myself every time I see a strand of opal. Should be here. Ah, Mr. Phil, that's where you told me we were going. That is naughty. Just because Phil can, because I'm covering somebody who was covering somebody on the show tonight. So Phil's taken that opportunity to just say, it's because we had the rubbish one on. I had to take it really low. Could we have the bloke who's right at the end of the list on? I had to go even lower. Right, is that Phil? Is that LEP on this one? Is it? LEP, not the Lancashire Evening Post. The lowest ever price. That is pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome, isn't it? And look at that colour play. And it's not just one or two of those opals. Look at the way the light's reflecting down onto the skin tone. Again, we don't have special jewellery lights here at Jewellery Maker. You'd think we would, actually, because channels, you know, I'm not lifting the lid on anything here, but channels that sell jewellery, you'll notice that if you look at their hands are much brighter than their face. It's because there are lights pointing right down, very focused, small, round lights that are pointing right at the palm of their hand. We don't have any key lights here at JM, which is a little curious considering we're called Jewellery Maker. But it shows those gemstones in as true a light as we ever can on television. And I tell you what, if they look that good on TV, oh, I tell you, all your dreams come true when that strand arrives. How many do we have left, Phil? Okay. Not a huge quantity, but we've got a low, low price tag. Well done. I want to look at that all night. I love it. I would never do that. I might come back for one later though, actually, if you've taken it so low. Would that price still be valid, Phil, by the time I get home? Ooh. No, I should be home by about 1 in the morning. At latest, I hope. Depending on what's closed on the way home. Brand new. If you're watching now and it's 10 to 8 in the morning, and we're coming up to the morning show with Elle, I think it is, isn't it, this morning? And it's double trouble today, isn't it? Or collaboration day. Mark and Katie and Elle on the same show coming up in 10 minutes' time if you're watching in the morning. If you're watching us live tonight, I'm surprised that these are still available. I'll be honest with you. So, Quantity left, Phil, as we stand at 8 or 9 minutes to 10 or whatever it is. We have 25 of these available. So if you are watching, just coming up to the morning show on the repeat in the morning, I don't think there'll be any left, but you can chance your arm and give us a quick call. We're open 24 hours a day, of course, as you know. So even if you're watching a recording, you can still call our team live on 0800 644 655. Oh my word, this is so nice. I love this. This is our favourite, our strand of the night. And that will be, when these all go, that's 150 of those completely and utterly gone on first airing. On the first evening they were on air, they will be on and they will be gone as well. Fantastic. What a lovely, lovely show. And hasn't it's gone too quickly again.
Oh, it has, but those are so delicious.
I know. I know. So, Angela, when are you back with us on air?
I'm back on the 15th.
Back on the 15th, right. So that's the day after your next
business course,
which is the 14th. And if you want more details of that, you just go to JewelleryMaker.com and have a look on the workshops page and you can find out. So if you too want to take that brave step, and I tell you what, once you've done it, you'll be so, so glad. If you're determined to do it and you know, and just strike off in a different direction. Do you know, when you do it, it gives you the power of good. I'm freelance in the same way. I work on lots of different things for lots of different people. And actually, when you have that power back yourself, rather than 9 to 5 trudging along for somebody else, or, you know, you're doing it for you. And there's no better feeling, let me tell you, because you're in control. You can say yes and you can say no. And you can decide the parameters of your business. So, Angela, 14th for the course, 15th back here with us, which is brilliant. Any hint of what it might be?
Yes. More pearls and most gorgeous Swarovski.
Fabulous. That would be great.
Very decadent.
I'm back on Saturday mid with Jill Hunter. I look forward to your company there because I love Jill and her seed beading. It's brilliant. Look forward to the early show if you're watching on the repeat. From us live last night. See you later.
Buying from Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So, when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial